Hey everybody, and welcome this week to Uktena 64 Ultimate Edition. So if you remember a long time ago in a galaxy far away, I played the original Uktena 64, which was a game for the, Dread X collection. I think it was 3. I particularly liked that game because it hit all the marks for me. It was like an old school N64 hunting game, and I thought that was really charming, so I did a full playthrough of it, and somebody recently had asked me if I was going to play through the Ultimate version. I tried it out, and I didn't really like it. I was kind of half and half on it. I don't know, it's a fine game, but I didn't think it added enough for me to replay through it, but I asked them, they had asked me to play it, and I said, do you think it's a good game? And they said, I don't know about that, but they said, I think you can beat it and show everything off in it. And I said, hey, you know what? I'm sold. I'm in. So here we are. Uktena 64 Ultimate, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to be playing through the game. There are 2 campaigns now. This is the original campaign. Jebediah Robert Bierman. And then this is, I think his cousin, Jebe Nicholas Bierman. But there are 2 campaigns now that kind of play out differently. I'm going to be starting with the original campaign. If you're not here for you don't care for it, then you can just skip forward. I'm sure I have timestamps for it below for the other character. Jeb goes out to hunt down and take photos of deceased wildlife for the CDC. 35 years old, he's unemployed / influencer. He's 6'3", 213 pounds. He's kind of a unit. His other kin, which is like his fursona, kind of very funny. Jackalope. Favorite film, anything with Henry Cavill. I know the name, but I don't know any movies. Favorite book is a 96 Ford manual, and favorite food is mochi. Anyway, so his campaign is very similar to what it was before. We've got this absolutely beautiful background. Again, so akin to the old N64S games as we open up. I can switch the campaign from here. Jeb's cabin. Jebediah gets a call from an old friend. And again, I don't know if I mentioned it. Maybe I didn't. We're going to be playing on the hardest difficulty, the Biokin. The hardest difficulty. Enemies have even more health and damage. No aiming assist, no motion tracker. So listen to how good of a mood I'm in. By the time we get done with this, I'm sure I'm not going to be in that good a mood. So this game is kind of difficult in that regard on the highest difficulty, but who cares? At a certain point in this cutscene, I'm going to be quiet so we can hear stuff. But for now, while we kind of have these bumbling brooks and nice waterfalls and everything, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to relax in the ambiance and just chat with you a little bit. How you guys been? I've been well. Music by Jaron Christ, very talented individual. He made a lot of stuff for Lunacid, stuff being music. I like his music a lot. Originally made for Dread X The Hunt. Nope, that would have been Dread X4. I was mistaken. Dread X4.
Hey, Jeb. I just got a real good job offer, but I'm busy right now, so I thought you might be interested.
Well, what is it? Hopefully not another escort.
No, never again. But yeah, the job is at the CDC, or the Bibby, can't remember which. They got a bounty on a bunch of infected wildlife. And all they want is them dead. You don't have to do anything but shoot them, and then shoot them. And with a camera, the second time.
Sounds easy enough. How's the pay?
Does it really matter? You got much else going on?
Nah, you're right. My channel got demonetized anyway. Too few impressions. Seems impressive enough for me.
Alrighty, I'll leave the bounty papers on your trunk.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uktena 64. It's been a little bit, hasn't it? A couple years now at that rate. Here's a couple things we're going to look around at. I'd rather be fishing. There's a knife here. I guess I'll pick up the knife, and I accidentally skipped the book, so we're kind of doing this a little bit out of order. I guess we better read the book. How to hunt. Move keys with the lefty stick. I'm not going to go through each and everything here. I guess if there's anything particularly unique, but pretty simple first-person shooter controls. Thingies show on your radar as little red blips. We don't have a radar because I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. Try to take pics of any dead things for evidence. The number of pics needed are shown on the camera screen. Once you have enough, you can return to the truck. Good luck hunting. So yes, we're beginning things off. You can see our health up in the top left, and you can restore it by drinking these coffees or whatever. Break open barrels with your knife. Live, laugh, lube. What the fuck? I didn't know they were throwing Diddy parties this far out in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Try out your camera on a critter. Okay, so we're going to get kind of the loop here. Normally, you have to kill these creatures in order to progress in this game. Like, kill the critters, take a picture of them. The same way that phone guy said, shoot, and then shoot. I guess I'll take a picture of it. Simple as that. You can see in the bottom right of this camera, it's got like the little SD card or whatever. We have 1 out of 1 picture, and that's that. Welcome to Wolf Hollow. Wharf? I don't know how you would say that. But Wolf Hollow, actually, if you remember, is also featured in Lost in Vivo while you're being chased by a giant wolf trying to kill you. Okay, I know that that's the trans pride flag. I don't know what that flag is. I've never seen it before, so we can read this note. From CDC, bad viruses make animal species go bad. We give happy money for proof they dead. This is real. We are the CDC in this emergency. Don't die unless done. No money if you die. Love Center, Disease Center. I think I've gotten some emails before in that same vein. Couple things here in the environment. You can fuck around with the little wind chimes here. I love wind chimes. It's such a vibe. I was listening to a podcast there a while back, and it's not usually their forte, but they I don't know, it was summer, they had the windows open, and you could hear the wind chimes in the background. I was like, damn, this is probably my favorite episode yet. This looks like a Wii. It looks like kind of like the Wii boogie board a little bit, and the Wii, I don't know, what are they, not the nunchuck, but I guess the controller. Is that called a nunchuck? I haven't played one in a long time. Well, I soft had a Wii. I had a Wii and I gave it to my brothers and sister. Well, they would share it. I never was big on the Wii. Anyway, not too bad. So this is our summary screen. I can't believe I took 4 whole minutes in that mission. Am I really going to drag my feet this whole way? We're going to have difficulty here, so as we come along. Turkey Creek, size medium map. Count 10 that we'll have to take pictures of. Residents have gone missing and strange birds have been sighted. Well, I usually say one or the other is okay. Either all the residents gone but no birds, or strange birds but all the residents are there. But never both at the same time. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, hey, the turkey call. Press down to use the turkey call. You have to use this in, select areas. Oh, another thing that I didn't get to show. This now has, a map function where we can, look around. I'm waving my hand around. Where we can kind of look around. We are in Turkey Creek. Weather's nice. 70 Fahrenheit. That's pretty warm. Humidity, 36%, and it is 9 a.m., so we're getting things done at the crack of dawn around here. All right, what do we got here as a note? So, I'm going to let you guys read this. I'm going to be going through, all of this kind of text. I didn't realize, until I had played this game for the channel for the first time, that the Uktena is a, Native American folklore. I kind of thought it was, something half-made for this game. You kind of get where I'm coming from, I'm sure. But I didn't realize that this is, Native American folklore, and that's just a retelling of it, almost ripped straight from some pages online about I don't know, whatever the Native American version of cryptids are. So on this map, anyway, this one very specifically, the knife is kind of a boon for you. On this difficulty, it is very easy to both take damage and not deal out very much, and you don't have the aim assist. Sometimes in games like this, I find myself fighting with the aim assist more than it helps. My chickens starved. I fed them, but they must have been sick. No matter how much feed they had, they didn't eat. I watched them wither away in just a matter of days. Alright, so can I do the turkey call here? No, I've already killed the turkey that's for this area, I guess. Alright, moving along. I believe that once we get over near this blood splatter, we can use the turkey call, and I think a call would work here. I think you are correct. Alright, and then it should come up over the mountain nearby. I feel like... Nope, there comes the turkeys. I heard them a-gobbling. The gun, it's just kind of hard for me to get a shot on it in this level kind of specifically. And it also seems like one might be stuck up on the hillside. I hope that's not indicative of how this fight and then this game is going to go glitchy as hell. I do think that it's cool, obviously, kind of the look of the... this would look like shit if it wasn't intentional, I guess, if that makes sense. In a game that's kind of like this, my first inclination would be wow, that's really lazy. They didn't do that very well, but this is actually kind of pretty once you understand, the story of the game and, how it's... I don't know, we've got more references to Bygatoth. If you're familiar with Bygatoth and Kira's games, congratulations. I don't know that this adds much to it, but it is a fun dip back into Bygatoth. If you're not familiar with it, it's the Eldritch entity that's in a lot of Akuma Kira's games. I don't even know where to begin. Honestly, I just need to sit down and finally bang out a video on it. But I'm going to wait for Kira to drop their next... Oh, yes, there's plushies in this game, too. I kind of forgot about that. We're going to be collecting all the plushies, because I need to unlock the bonus mission in this game. Something ate all my fish. This was my lucky fishing spot, but it's been dead for a week straight. I don't know, I need to sit down and do a Bygatoth video, but I want to wait until the Lunacid DLC comes out this year, just in case there's any more references to it. So, I didn't even need to drink that. Fuck it. We'll use the call. Okay, I hear the turkeys coming in. I'm going to swap over to the knife. I kind of like it because the turkeys aren't the hardest things to kite in the game. Actually, I would consider them probably the easiest. I'm trying to think if there's like an introductory enemy like that just can never hurt you but is still an enemy. I don't think there is. I'm going to say that the turkeys are the easiest to kind of strafe in this game. Yeah, and so therefore, like I'm going to use it a lot here in the beginning. I remember looking into the symbology of this and stuff. I don't think this symbol here specifically is something that we actually have to pay attention to, but there are like other warnings and stuff. So this one specifically is like a note, and it's got a Caesar cipher. If you're not familiar with what a Caesar cipher is, it's letters rotated. So if you rotate this one, 23 letters in, I think it's the forward direction. Instead of all this gibberish, you get, praise our newfound God. The seed from beyond took root beneath our hollowed hills, which once again is a reference to Akuma Kira's Bygatoth. There was a reference to the seed from another world in Lunacid. And I'm trying to think specific. It's like the Temple of the Empty Mind. Wow. You can tell it's been a little while since I've played Lunacid. Honestly, the last time I played that game was probably a month before my lore video when it came out. I haven't went back and touched it yet. So it's a fine game. I just did absolutely everything to do in it, so I don't see a reason to pick it back up. Good game though, worth playing. I would play Kira's whole catalog if I were you. And you might say, Dr. Dirk, why don't you? I probably have most of the videos on this channel at this point. I guess the only thing I haven't really played is maybe Lunacid for the channel. I don't necessarily have a reason to or to not play Lunacid, so. Alright, I can't believe my eyes, it's the turkeys. I was a little bit confused with this at first. You actually have to take a picture of this corpse, and it counts towards, your total count for the corpses in this level. Or, like, the animal corpses. Oh, I can't die already. Whew. We're actually getting pretty low on HP. I wonder if one of those is hurting a lot more than the other one. Maybe I'm thinking... No, I thought there was a red one, or maybe a more beefy looking one. I don't know. The enemies in this game are either hella hurting or not really hurting. This game, if you pause, I'm going to see if there's a good place for me to show. Okay, actually the water is a good indicator. So you see how the water is still moving in the background. Now the pause function doesn't actually pause things, at least as I understand it, unless I'm just out and out completely fucking wrong. Another place would be a good indicator. Yeah, those turkeys are still moving. So yeah, actually, you know what? We can actually show it off here. There should be another turkey kind of around here as I go to leave. Yeah, and if we pause, yeah, it's still moving. It's a headless turkey. It's to let you know that things are really screwed up around here. I don't know. I'm going to try to just leave. Oh, thank goodness. Beating these levels is kind of my foremost concern. And then if we got room for extra, I'm going to do it. 6 minutes on that level. Wow, I'm really dragging my feet. Frigid Valley, size large, count 12. Infected wolves have been spotted in this wooded area of the icy northern mountains. It's kind of crazy. Not crazy, but I really don't remember the reference to the seed from another world in this game from whenever I played it previous. I'm sure that Kira didn't probably fuck with the notes that much. So I wonder, I don't know. It's cool that this seed for Bygatoth is now bleeding into several of the worlds. And I can't remember. In Lunacid, we didn't fight anything Bygatoth related, just in the midnight mode, I think. Alright, the Uktena. In so many words, I don't know. Where do I want to start with the Uktena? I don't know. It's here for you to read. I don't know how related the Uktena itself is in terms of what do I want to say about it exactly? We're using a lot of fluff words here. I don't know how related the Cherokee story, here's another plush up there, the native Cherokee story for the Uktena is related to what the game's trying to say about the Uktena. Me personally, what I kind of think that is going on in this game, it's, I don't know, because all of the notes are in modern English, so I don't know. At least for me anyway, it seems to me the the Biogototh entity has at least had some kind of influence on this world. And then I don't know if like the seed is like the coming to the end of the world. Like, you know, whenever a world's ready to be claimed, like Biogototh gives a seed to kind of corrupt it a little bit. I don't know. You know, and also this is probably completely unpalatable for people who don't like know Kira's work, but I'm not trying to preface it with like an hour and a half of Kira's shit. This is like a horrid playthrough, but whatever. Anyway, here comes the wolves. These are a little bit harder to hit with the knife. It's still possible. You just have like a way bigger chance of eating like attacks while they're coming in on you. I guess I don't know. This is like one of my least concerns for like the levels coming up. Honestly, Jeb's levels are like fucking worlds in a way harder to do the Biogototh difficulty on. No, wait, we are Jeb. Who the fuck's the other guy? I can't remember his name. Oh, I'm sure I'll remember it when I go to play as him. So the Biogototh has like some cool kind of not crossovers, but it's like this weird conglomerate of like animals, right? And then it's also like trees, like native, like not like native. What am I trying to say? Like forestry, like flora fauna. It's like a nice mix of it, like where trees are kind of growing out of like the animals, and you know there are like bloody trees and shit. You know, like a mix of like not man, but like animal and forest, and we're going to see a like branches growing out of these animals. We're going to see like animals in like trees in ways that they probably shouldn't be able to be, especially in this level. All right, I'm going to load up my rifle. It takes 5 shots to knock out one wolf in this area. Generally, what I do is I like shoot. I soften it up is what I'm trying to say. So I like try and soften up an animal before it gets very close to me. It's not, I don't know. Certain levels are like fucking extremely hard. That one took 4 bullets. I better check that I'm on the right difficulty after this level. Some levels are really not that difficult, even with like the added challenge of, you know, I must have headshot that one is what it was. Even with the added challenge of Biokin difficulty, we have a lot of pictures we have to take on this one too. What is it, 13? All right, moving along. This game's pretty. Kira has I hope that they continue to make low-res games. I wonder if it's been in their like purview, like if something that they wanted to do is like make something with like different graphics. I don't know if they feel like maybe they're stuck in a rut and have to do this kind of graphics. They're very good at it, but I'm kind of I don't know if they want to work on something else. I hope they find it in themselves to do that, like in terms of look anyway. I hope that I've said this before, but I like hope that they make games for a very, very, very long time, and I get to play them for, you know, a very long time. Whoa, easy. Swap over to the knife. Now, I know, like normally in like a playthrough where I'm not recording of this game, I would have eaten like 4 shots right there. I don't know if it's like just recorder's luck or whatever it is, but there's a certain kind of vibe that I bring to recording, and I don't know if it's like leveling myself, like I say what I'm thinking out loud and I'm able to hear it, and I'm able to kind of like ground myself in that regard, but I handle these kind of games like a lot better while I'm able to talk. I just kind of don't get into like a rut and like stuck or whatever, so... Okay, so we're down to this wolf, which I haven't softened up at all, and then the one with the branches growing out of it and stuff is softened up. Wow. That, I don't know if it's just because, like, you know, today I've been kind of grinding out this game a little bit just to make sure that I could beat every level on the Biokin difficulty, and I'm just, like, kind of strafing and searching to make sure that I've cleared all these areas of enemies. You know what would be real heartbreaking is if I recorded all this and then my audio was gone, because I feel like I'm killing it on the commentary, but maybe not so much the skill. But I feel like this is a really good commentary right now, talking about Kira's games and kind of crossing the barriers and stuff like that. In terms of like, you know, people who... I want my videos to be palatable for people who are both experts on the topic and introductory on the topic. So probably not expert is not... Shouldn't expand the reach that far, but... Anyway, I kind of like these old beat-up trailers in the middle of nowhere. Let's read the book. Hopefully, yeah, it is another Uktena. I don't... Like I said, it's all here for you to... You can just pause and read it. I'm going to give you plenty of time. But I'm not going to read it because, you can like pretty much like look up Uktena folklore online and read it straight from there. So it's just, all that is kind of context for what an Uktena is. And pretty much it's a serpent with horns. And then it's got some mystical aspects to it too. Something about like the sun or whatever. Now, let's see, it is currently 2026. I think I've been doing YouTube for about 3 or 4 years now. I would not have been happy with myself if my concession back then would have been, we can take a picture of that there. If my concession back then had been like, yeah, I'm not going to read up on this Uktena. But my thing is, I happen to be aware that it doesn't seem to me to be hyper related to like, Bayagatoth is not like some kind of like heavy relation to Uktena. So this is our big challenge. Well, one of our 2 big challenges of the level. There's a elk that is way out the way. You probably can't see it. There's no chance with the bit rate you're going to be able to see this. But there's an elk, and I'm going to just go ahead and load because that did not register my bullet, which is just fine. Okay, there we go. That one definitely registered. We're peppering this elk with bullets. It takes a shit ton of bullets to kill this thing. I find it best, like, to sit down once you get your gun loaded and fire so that you don't miss shots. But at the same time, once you get all your shots kind of fired, then move as you're reloading the gun. At least in terms of Byakin difficulty. You don't have to sweat nearly this much if you're just going to play it on normal. Byakin difficulty is not like that. Like I said, I got kind of alright at it in a day or whatever. Alright, I'm missing shots now. I need to... Yep, and he headbutted me. Wow, this guy has just been fucking consuming shots. So whenever we take a picture of this guy, he moves a little bit. I'm pretty certain. I don't know. Maybe he was already in an animation of moving. I'm not... I thought before... I did kind of like briefly go over my Uktena 64 original video. Okay, we got to be careful hitting maximum camera. So whenever we hit 13 out of 13, a shit ton of enemies spawn, and I want to be kind of ready for that. So what I'm going to do, we can take pictures of like these animals that are in trees, as I'd kind of mentioned before, but we're not going to do that right this second. I want to clear out the rest of this level. Don't worry, it's not very long. There's not like even other enemies until I spawn in these enemies that are going to spawn in once I hit 13 out of 13 images taken, and as much as I would like to. Also, that's a weird TV. I don't know that was in the original. We'll just go ahead and break it. We'll drink that coffee. Noms. Whenever I initially played the Uktena 64, like I approached it with like a certain level of like seriousness as far as like Kira's work is concerned. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna like, treat this as though like not like a serious work, like oh wow, this is beautiful, and like I have to take it super serious. But like as far as Kira's storytelling and stuff is concerned, we're going to read these notes in a specific order is why I'm kind of ignoring some. So we're going to start with this one. Terrible ringing in my head gets louder by the day, accompanied by freakish nightmares. Last night I was visited by distorted, gooey owls. They warned me of something, and I felt complete dread overwhelm me. I knew it was a dream, but I was so worried. I didn't know what I was worried about. I just felt terror. Maybe something happened in that dream that I can't remember now. And then we've got another note over here. The ringing seems louder near the heart of the forest. Look, it has a direction now. My dreams haven't stopped either. They just keep getting worse. I remember less and less of my dreams, but the feeling of complete terror lingers in my skull. Something about a crow or a vulture, and my veins had become vines. So we're still getting like... It's kind of cool also. You can see like there are like footsteps that lead out to here. These are not my footsteps. And then it gets to, we'll just go up there and look at it. I no longer can tell if I'm awake. The sound is so loud. I must escape. So he gets kind of like all the way out to here, and then like his boots are gone. Honestly, would I take that to mean, I mean, he's talking about like a raven or a crow or something like that. I kind of assumed that the raven or crow picked him up and like, he lost his boots in that. So anyway, we are going to have hella wolves that spawn. So I think they spawn at the very beginning of the level. So I'm trying to rush forward so that I might be able to meet them about halfway and then have room to run back if I need to. These guys actually aren't that bad. Now I've got a half concern that I'm hoping that they come from this direction and not to my left. Sorry, I saw that dead elk out there and I was like, what the fuck is that? Are they coming that direction? I don't want to fuck around too much, but I did talk about like Native American, like there's symbology in the things that they did and stuff, and this is like a Native American symbol for danger. I remembered looking that up while I was playing this game. Honestly, maybe I should just kind of like skip the Bayagath and just go straight into a Kiraverse video. I don't know. I like Kira's stuff a lot. I just kind of like, I keep hoping that the next game will explain a little bit more about things that I have questions about, and more often than not, as people who know Kira, no, that's like hardly ever the answer. And I know I'm kind of making mincemeat of this level. I don't know, again, why I'm not having nearly the kind of trouble I was having with this level whenever I played through it earlier. I guess half practice, half recording luck. You can take extra pictures than are necessary. There's no reason to, though, at least by my estimation. Let me swap over to the knife. Cool. All right, so that's that. And I want to make sure, double sure that, yep, we do got 13 out of 13. I know that they don't spawn if I don't hit the prerequisite number of, entries in my photographs, but I just wanted to make sure that way I don't get all the way back to the car expecting to leave, and then I have to come all the way back here. So that has been this level. Oh, I've said this before. I like playing the Long Dark about once a year. That's what this kind of reminds me of. It's like a northern like survival game. I think it takes place, I can't remember, does it take place in like Alaska or the upper reaches of Canada? But it's really pretty, but it's also like, oh, actually we probably have more enemies coming. I hear like the whining that it was talking about earlier. Okay, let me back it up a little bit. Maybe, watch, I'll talk all that shit about, like, yeah, I haven't had much trouble in this game, and then I'll just, like, not be able to get past this part at all. But, like, an all-white on my, computer screen on as like a background, like I can always tell like I've got like 2 or 3 smudges on my screen, and I'm like, god damn, I gotta come back with a rag after this game and like wipe off my screen clearly. And it's so weird because I get smudges on my screen, but I'm like, I never touched this shit, so why are there smudges on my screen? I don't know. I guess I really don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I would assume something that I never touched shouldn't have a smudge on it, but whatever. Maybe I'm not thinking of each and every minute second I use my computer. Maybe I like move the monitor a shade. I don't know. Oh, but the reason I mentioned the Long Dark is because it's like all white at certain points. It's very like snowy. My truck is my best friend, he said. Cool. So, yet another level down. I am going to check and make sure that I'm doing this on Byakin difficulty. Yep, difficulty Byakin. 13 minutes. Once again, taking a little longer than we kind of need to by my estimation. Howling Marsh. Size large, count 6. Large screaming bears have been marked in this old abandoned township. Cool. Byakin difficulty, here we come. So this level I like a little bit better because it's not nearly as long as the kind of other levels, despite being large. Maybe not long is the word I want to say, but it's like not nearly as dense as the other levels. Like, the turkeys, you have to kill a lot of turkeys. The wolf level, you have to kill a lot of wolves. But like this one, you just have to kill so many. I don't want to spoil the enemy until we see one, but Howling Marsh, weather, foggy, temperature 87, god damn, it's getting warm, humidity 96, and it's coming up on 7 p.m. And did I see, I'm sure we have an enemy over this way. I would like to shoot it and put distance between it and I. There it is, all the way in the back, I see him now. All right. It is a bear, which we probably only will get to see as it comes up closer to us. So, I think actually maybe it already said that these are bears. So the bears have an interesting attack pattern. They will charge you for a certain distance, and then they'll stop and they'll roar. I thought it's like super important that I keep distance between it and I, because it does outrun me. It does outspeed me, even at my running speed. So I want to put a certain amount of distance between it and I, and maybe close it a little bit so that I can secure a couple of shots. You can go knife on this one, but like you got to play it kind of careful. You definitely want to soften the bear up before you start going knife on it. Like right now would probably be a comfortable time to use knife if I wanted to. I don't really want to. I'd rather like keep my health. Holy shit. Yeah, these things just are bullet sponges. They just consume your bullets like French fries pretty much. All right, so we're 1 out of 6, and I have not wasted because I used them, but I've used a lot of bullets already. Our HP is doing good though, so there's kind of the trade-off. This level has like a fair amount of ammunition on it too. I also don't think you have to like hard sweat kill everything on this level. What the fuck? Yeah, I hear that tree creaking, which is interesting because it falls down later on. I'm probably going to forget about it as I go to leave this level. I don't think that was in the original either. So there should be a bear on the other side of town, but I want to get a weapon slash... another weapon slash more ammunition before I, contend with it. All right, let's take a look at what we got here on the note. The end has come, all is nigh. Not the end has come, all is nigh. To lose oneself as I shall is a worse death. They could not understand my mercy. When the time shall come for burial, you may retrieve the key from the old graveyard. So even that note implies to me that preacher or whoever most likely killed people. And then whenever we pick up this gun, it's not picked up with a full, clip. It's got 4 bullets in it. So I don't know. I don't want to gush over environmental storytelling or anything like that, but there's a note and then a gun that isn't loaded all the way, and then whatever conclusions you want to draw about that. The revolver is kind of easy mode. I'm going to put one more clip in this bear with the rifle, and then we'll switch over to the revolver. You can kind of see these bears look ugly. They kind of remind me a little bit of if you've ever seen a picture of a shaved bear. The revolver is nice because it fires a hell of a lot quicker than the rifle does. Whoa, easy now. Yeah, with its head or whatever, you can see it's obviously an ugly-ass skull, but, I don't know, it reminds me of, the shaved bears a little bit, if you've seen one that's, shaved all the way down to being bald, basically. Alright, I need more ammunition. I think there's a spot in this town where there are, barrels and maybe a house I can go in. I can't remember if I'm thinking at this level or a later level, but I just want to do one more loop through here. You can see, this, this has, a padlock that's locked, so we can't do anything with it there. Yes, there's a house on my right. Interesting. Another completely abandoned town. Was there anything on the bottom floor? No, this is just whole ass empty. There's a coffee cup there if I need that for any reason. Not doing very good on ammunition. Swap over to the revolver here. No, I like the revolver because, again, it's this game on easy mode, basically. It kind of reloads a little bit slow, but its fire speed is bang, 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 bang. And I don't know how it does on damage. It feels to me like it's comparable to the rifle, not that much difference in damage. So since I can output the damage quicker, I obviously like the revolver a little bit more than I like the rifle. I'll generally, for the bears, just mow them down, soften them up from a distance away, and then whenever they get close, I'll light them up with the revolver. Alright, so we've got 2 more places to look at here on the map. This is one of them. I can't remember if this is the graveyard. I guess we'll see. Yeah, it's got the graves all around it. And there should be a bear around. Is that it? Yeah, that is the bear. Last time it ended up for me behind the fucking, there's a little building that's going to be on our left. I'm sure I'll show off. And I could not find this motherfucker until he whipped out around the building, and was running straight at me. Oh, man, that had me scared, you better believe. All right, a little bit more. All right, let's swap to the pistol, or the revolver, rather. Alright, we're going to have to reload her up and deal with it. Honestly, I might pocket those bullets because I want to save the revolver rounds for... There's a semi-boss of this area, a little mini-boss-ish area, or mini-boss-ish of this area. Holy shit, this dude is just... Man, he is eating these bullets for breakfast. Alright, let's go fucking knife for a minute. Oh, nice dodge, me. Alright. That didn't go so bad. Like I said, we're about half. I feel like this has been a very lucky playthrough of this game so far. Alright, revolver is loaded up. We can swap over the rifle. The reload animation whenever your weapon either doesn't have a reload animation. Let's look at the camera. So that's my reload animation is him just kind of looking at the camera. Kind of pretty. I like that one a little bit. I never have done that with the camera. It, of course, has Kira's name on the back of it. The knife has a reload animation where it sheens in the light. Oh, man, Kira should put that in Lunacid, the knife or whatever. All right, so here is a key, the church key. It's kind of pretty. It's got a cross here in the middle. I wonder who's buried there. Yeah, the bear was like right behind this building the last time I played. Scared the shit out of me. Cool, and we got more revolver bullets. All right, I shouldn't be so conservative with the revolver bullets. So you see like how there's a little rose right here or whatever. We can munch on it and that refills our HP. And it does act, those roses, as respawning health joints. So like, let's say like I get down here and I get real close to like a fight, but I just need a little bit of health. I can run all the way back up there and it'll surely have respawned by then. I'm going to go over to this other location to scout before we go back to the church. For by-akin difficulty, normally I wouldn't care about this. I just do whatever and whatever order that I felt like. But like with the kind of difficulty we're on, I have a specific kind of order to the things that I want to do so that I make sure that we have all the ammo possible and we're in the best position possible. And certain things could happen, like if I need to duck out. Curse words are stinky. Well shit. I accidentally cursed again. I just want to kind of... I've got specific pathing for each of these levels kind of in mind. I don't know. Alright, I might swap over to the revolver at the rate that this bear is kind of closing the distance between him and I. I'm also not doing too bad for no aim assist and using a controller against... because I am playing this on a controller. Against this... You know, I guess kind of all the enemies. Oh yeah, another detail I haven't got to show off yet. I guess I'll wait until I kill the bear before I show it off. But I definitely don't want to forget it, because this was one of my favorite details in the original game. I don't know, this isn't so bad. I'm not doing bad shooting this thing with the rifle here. Oh, okay, easy now. Must have scared it charging it back like that. I'll tell you a movie that has a really good, like, human v bear fight scene in it. I think it's called The Revenant. That's a really good movie. It's about, like, a guy who, gets attacked by a bear and is left for dead, and then he has to, like, travel... I don't know. I think it's like the Oregon Trail. Not like he's going... It doesn't just switch to an Oregon Trail movie, but like, you know, he ends up on like this big long-ass trail where it's like the Native Americans like are obviously like killing people who are on their land and stuff, and that includes like Americans, him. Oh yeah, the thing I wanted to show off. So check this out. You can ring the bell with the gun. What a neat detail. Doesn't ever do anything. I thought maybe even here in the remake it might do a little something, but it just rings. So I guess that's all you can expect a bell to do, right? It was really pretty. I've talked about this before, but I grew up in a like super small town, probably population like, Jesus Christ, like 200. And we had 2 churches in town, maybe even a third one. I can't remember now. But on Sunday... I think at like 11, 12, and 1, they would ring the bell. I remember that was really pretty. Day 1, someone must have slipped me something the other night. Yesterday, while surveying, I fell into a dreamlike state. I only have brief impressionistic memories of the trek, and at some point I gathered a bunch of strange iridescent seeds. I planted a few and will document their growth. So... I don't know if, like, Bygatoth seeds can be, like, smaller, and that's what he's talking about, or if, like, these are, like, other kinds of seeds. Quite clearly, he's talking about, like, the plants, or whatever, like, the little red things, the little roses that I was talking about, these things. But on that same note, like, I don't consider these to be iridescent. Those are red, by my estimation, anyway. Alright, so here's, like, a little bit of a grow joint. I've only ever known like these kind of grow houses to like grow hemp and stuff, but I guess that this is probably growing some of those Bygatoth seeds. Day 5, I feel at fault for what's happened, but how could I have known? The seeds I brought back with me spread like a fire. It's more animal than plant and seems drawn to blood. And it's obviously talking about the plant. There's like some weird kind of moaning going on in the background of this level a little bit. So I'm going to keep the revolver up on me. It's going to be my easy mode ticket for the end of this level, I guess. So we go back to the church because... Have I taken 5 pictures? No, I forgot to take a picture of something, clearly. One of the bears, probably. Well, I mean, obviously the bears, but probably the last bear that I fought. So we use the key on this cellar, and then we can go down inside of it. And we've got, like, bodies down here. So at least by my estimation, it seems like... we also got like a bunch of pictures for doing that, so I guess I'll eat the plant. But like, you know, the preacher probably killed a bunch of people and then like burned them down here. Probably, I don't know how he would burn himself, but there's the big bear coming through the church here. So obviously I want to take this fight out here where I can actually see him a little bit. I don't want to... There we go. I see him there. I'm going to open up. All right, reload. This is nice because obviously I have like a lot of room out here to maneuver around this guy. I have the revolver, which is basically my easy mode weapon for this. Probably take like 4 or 5 clips, I would guess. I want to, now because I screw myself a lot in this regard, but I want to make sure that I pretty well always know that I'm not coming up on like a wall for myself, because that's a very, very easy way to get yourself killed. End up where you have a wall to your back, like that right there. The thing I'm just monologuing about and like kind of half preaching about that I didn't do. All right, let's take a picture of this ugly ass bear. I was trying to remember this too. Didn't they have a name for a bear that they were going to make a movie about or whatever that was about a bear that like consumed like a ton of cocaine, and it was going to be called something like Mr. something. I really can't remember, but I didn't really even care for that, like the idea of that movie. I didn't think it was going to be even half interesting. I don't know. It's cool, like the idea, obviously, of a bear on cocaine. Well, it's cool if you don't have to be anywhere fucking near it. That's what I'll say. I don't like the idea of it being in my room with me right now, but all right. So as we are leaving, this tree should fall down. The one that was like at a weird fucked up angle. This scared the shit out of me whenever I first played this kind of ultimate version, because whoa. I also thought, just based on the like kind of screen indicator, that it dealt damage to me, but it didn't. Another detail for this area is the like plushie for this level, the collectible plushie. It only spawns once you've done like the little church basement sequence. And there it is. So you don't have to kill the big bear. It would certainly help, because, you know, as you get ready to leave, it would be nice if nothing was chasing you. But all right, another level down, 14 minutes. Howling Marsh. That's a nice picture. Wowee, that is a good picture. I like that one there. My goodness, I agree. All right, time for the final mission of Jeb's hunt, Bleeding Grove. Eerie noises have been heard from an abandoned house deep in the forest. We have to take a picture of one thing. This isn't that hard, but it's fucking long. This is probably going to be a fairly long mission, so I guess kind of buckle up for that. Probably like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Jeb is excited himself. He's like, all right, only one more photo. Yes, sir. So our truck is all the way back there. The trees, wow, wait a minute. What's it to my... Whoa, that's the plant growing. Scared me a little bit. There are actually ghosts in this game, and like some of the bonus modes and stuff like that. There are ghosts, and in the other campaign and shit. And so like I'm kind of keeping my eye, you know, obviously out and around for trouble. So, and then, you know, I thought, I was like, oh shit, is that a ghost? All right, so we got another note here, another translation. So, this is a Caesar shift by 19, and it says, I become more than one, I grow and stretch and twist, like my followers before me. Oh, what a dreadful dream, to die but keep growing. So that... It would seem to me, at least, if you want to imagine it, so the Uktena stuff is probably like overarching like Native American lore, right? And then you think about like the notes that are in normal English, right? Those are pretty much all notes about the lore of like what you're actually playing in the immediate area you're in. Like, oh, my chickens are all starving or whatever. Like that's all like lore that's pertinent to the specific area that you're in. But then all the ones that are in the funky ass language, like the Caesar cipher, there's another one of these, like symbols, but are in the funky ass Caesar cipher language. Those pretty well are all directly related to Bayagatoth, and like are for the most part all going to be pretty much about him. All right, the Uktena Part 3 of all the daring warriors who have started out the search of the Unsuti. I don't know. I don't want to butcher, the native language, I guess. It's more embarrassing than it is offensive. But you could read it there if you'd like. I waited until I could no longer resist the hunger. As I write and as I die, I feel distorted. My veins and spindly organs are twisting and growing beyond me. I rejected this metamorphosis, and now I'm going to be left behind while my body keeps going. Please do not look for me, for I am long gone. Kind of interesting. Bayagatoth, and I think it's in Lost in Vivo, but has like this kind of like interesting dialogue about it where it's like talking about, we've got like an audio recording here. You can like read the text. I'm going to just talk over it a little bit. I believe that, as I understand it, it's like a couple of people, right? And then they get stuck out here in the woods and they're starving. And then like they get down to like one guy and he like, finds like at least that building over there, and then we'll run into him eventually. But he gets like these the thistles, the things that kind of look like thistles and roses and stuff. He gets like infected with the Biagatoth whatever and just dies naturally. And he talks about like how his body will go on without him. We get to see a little bit of that in this game too. This game is a perfect like if you want to understand kind of what Kira is about in terms of storytelling. They don't take themselves like super serious or anything like that, which is a hard pill for me to swallow personally. There's almost no food left. I feel myself slipping away. I will not succumb to the call of the wood. I will resist. No, because like so this first part is like what I would consider like Jeb just kind of being goofy in like a world that's like, oh hey, the guns finally spawned. Looks like they starved. I should take a photo. I agree. Cool. So that's the one picture we have to take. This is the person that I said seems to me like anyway they're starved. So Bren LMG. All right, time to make the trek back to the car. Oh, and this spawn. That sound effect scares the shit out of me every time. But the second part of this story, like, I do think it adds something to the Biagatoth universe, but at the same time, it's like telling this goofy story at the same time, too, with like Jeb and his cousin, and they say all these goofy things like, milk me, daddy, or like, fill me up, twin, or what. It says a lot of goofy shit in this game. I'm not just making that shit up. We'll see it eventually. Hopefully I get those rotations. Otherwise, I'm going to sound like a kook. No, the fucking trees look like spindly fingers. This was sort of a thing. Oh, hey, yeah, that's right. And that's another thing I wanted to mention. The moon. It's like a crescent. I want to look into that because I'm interested to see like other times you've been chased in Kira games. Because I know in like Lost in Vivo specifically, when you're interacting with the wolf, there's a holy shit, that's gorgeous. I love skyboxes too. There's like a moon and you stare at it to unlock like a secret. And I'm wondering like if the moon phases have anything to do with something like this. So this is going to get kind of loud. I'm going to adjust the audio, but like if I start talking louder, it's because my music is louder. But we go to like leave the truck and then we'll get into like a fight here shortly. Whoa, there he comes. So we do get a little bit of speed. Okay, that's going to have to be turned down in my headphones. Hold up. That is extremely loud. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Normally I would just pause for that. It's just way too fucking loud for me. So this is an interesting way for this fight to go. Our arena is actually pretty big, so it's not that big of a deal that we're going to have to be looping around this arena. And we do kind of need all the space. There are roses, and you want to kind of get an idea. They're always going to respawn in the same places that they're going to respawn in, but you want to get an idea of where those places are exactly because you're going to need them. The snake, like even if you kind of play it perfectly, you're almost assuredly going to like at some point need a heal because he's just like faster than you, or you fuck up like on your rotation or whatever as you're kind of moving around the map. I just kind of, what do they call it? Like loop. I guess Dead by Daylight kind of started that, like the looping of shit, like looping around pallets and stuff. You're just going to be looping this enemy around the arena, and eventually, he's going to catch up to you either because of his attack patterns kind of naturally, or if it's because you fuck up your own kind of running around. It does cut you off from going back this direction, so no hiding in the house. There's like a flame wall. Right now, it seems like we're kind of wildly outspeeding him. You can see his HP. This is why I said this level is going to take a fucking minute, because he has got we talk about fucking damage sponges. I don't know if like his boss fight is easier. I feel like I don't remember it in the original game like being any shorter, if that makes any sense. Like I felt like it took a long time too. So I'm going to assume that across the difficulties, he probably has a similar amount of HP. Takes a long time, but eventually you'll see these bulbs that grow on his body, and you'll have to shoot those bulbs. And the way that you beat him, I'm trying to think how best to describe this without confusing you. So he grows bulbs the more damage that you deal to him. Wow, I need a stun on him from attacking, please. And we got a hit. Woe is me. So as you deal damage to the Biagatoth, no. What's it called? Uktena. That's right. Sorry, we're getting my words all mixed up here. As you deal damage to the Uktena, I'm losing him here. There he is. He will gradually have these bulbs grow on him, and you can use the bar at the bottom to keep track of like how close you are to those bulbs, like kind of spawning a little bit. Like the lower his HP gets, the more bulbs are going to spawn on him, and then eventually you're going to hit those bulbs. Like you're going to shoot the bulbs, and then that's how you finish him off. You have to get enough bulbs kind of pop to finish him off. Now, I do think, yeah, he is still taking damage, so I'm going to just reload while I'm in a kind of unfriendly look. With the like film grain filter on this, like it's kind of hard for me to see him very well in the darkness, which is just fine. Gives me a little bit of challenge here. I see we've got him at about we've taken him out a little bit over a third of HP, maybe like 2/5 of HP. There's something else. Oh yeah. So if you pay attention to his health bar, it will disappear at a certain point. That's like, supposed to happen. Like that's just an element of the gameplay or whatever. But whenever it disappears, you can know that you're very, very, very close to beating him. So, if that helps you at all, I guess. Oh man, I took a big hit there. He was very fast, I feel. All right, please don't double hit me there, sir. I'm just kind of straight running back. All right, I'm going to have to heal up. Let's grab a thistle. Let's call them that. I'm going to call them thistles. I don't think I'm going to call them roses because I guess they do still kind of look like roses, but they look more like thistles to me. All right, keeping it back, and then I think I'm going to loop left once I see so many trees. Now, trees are another thing in Kira games, and this is going to sound kind of dumb, and like obviously I'm kind of reading a little bit too much into it, I think. But like in Basilisk 2000, that game features 3D trees, kind of like these trees, right? Except for one map area, which has 2D trees, which I don't necessarily think means anything, right? But it's an interesting kind of detail to think about, because that's the kind of thing that will like slip through the cracks, is the fact that like, I don't know. Why is it that this one map has 2D trees? Like, wouldn't it just be easier for Kira to... I've completely lost the snake. That's the one thing you don't want to hear in this fight, is I have lost the snake. It is, we're reading into details a little bit, but like, it would have been easier for Kira to have not just, made and then used 2D materials, and instead just used 3D the whole time, right? So what's like the idea behind them using 2D materials? Is it like a thing, and it's all, this snake is moving fucking crazy. I have no idea what this motherfucker is doing. Clearly not coming directly at me. He has me kind of fucked up in a wild sort of way. Yeah, I turned this volume way down in my headphones, so I think he had a weird attack pattern there where he was kind of like trying to loop around to us a little bit. I'm stuck on a tree. Some of Bayagatoth's fingers are stopping me. That's the way I feel about these trees specifically, is I think they look like big, long, spindly fingers. So as we're like leaving the like little cabin area, it almost looks like there's like fingers trying to stop us. And I'm trying not to get too close to this guy, because like even if I can't see him and I need to come forward a little bit, because I keep feeling like I'm going to get a little closer to him and then he's just going to suddenly lunge at me from the darkness and end me. All right, that is, yeah, I was about to say very... like he's clearly going to hit me there. Thank God I did not hit a tree, is what I'm thinking. Alright, so I see his HP bar has disappeared, which leads me to believe that all I have to do now is pop the bulbs. So that's what I'm going to do. I forget, didn't Kira say that there's like something special in certain boss fights in their game where like if you don't deplete an HP bar, it means that you didn't actually kill it or something like that? Like, so, in Lunacid, there's a fight with a vampire guy, and like you aren't able to completely drain his HP bar because he ends the fight a little bit early. And if I'm remembering right, Kira said that means that obviously you're not killing this person. Oh my dear lord, please. I need like a stun off there. Oh. Alright, now I need to also pop these bulbs. I think I'm going to come in a little bit and go crazy on the focusing on bulb popping. Okay, I see. Okay, nice. I feel like that's all the bulbs there, buddy. Maybe I got to shoot him a little bit more. Maybe the HP bar is gone. Maybe close is not close enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I still have to deal some damage to it. I felt like you had to pop all the bulbs. But at the same time, I did think you drained the Beast's full HP bar. Honestly, at least part of the problem here is probably, like, it's just hiding the HP bar to make you, like, a little bit nervous. I don't know. This shouldn't be too hard. We've got all the bulbs popped on it, like, at least as of right now. I might get another bulb if I get its HP kind of low enough. Obviously now we don't have an HP bar, so it'll be hard to tell when that'll be. He's getting a little bit quicker. This hasn't been like the hardest boss that I've ever played against or anything. Watch it just kill me here at the end while I'm just kind of closing up for this boss. Alright, nice. We got the stun off. I'm going to heal up by running into this as we reload. I've once again lost him in the kind of fog a little bit here. Saw the moon for a brief second there. Alright, can we please be just about done with this? I think I've proved that I can handle the Uktena. It's cool, it's got like little, horns or whatever. And then like Kira kind of probably justifies this in-universe as being like Bayagatoth horns, as a result of these seeds or whatever. Oh, okay. I wonder if this is kind of what the seed is supposed to look like in Lunacy. Just some thoughts I'm thinking of out loud. Probably not, right? But at the same time, just kind of like talking. Jeb says like, oh no, what have I done? This isn't right at all. And then he like transforms. You can see like his body kind of like blows up into this like infected version. All right. So that has been the first of the campaigns. Again, there are 2 of them. I'm going to let this play out a little bit. Normally, like, this is where I would give my closing remarks in the original Uktena. Hey guys, I really enjoyed this game. No. So, like, the second half of this, like, kind of continues onto the story of the first half, which is a little bit cool, I guess. I remembered thinking that this ended pretty well. Like, it's not anything that gets sewed up nicely, and it's not a happy ending, but I don't know, it's fun. A game by Akuma Kira, a very talented person. Jebediah Jeeb was voiced by Mr. Craven. I remembered I tried to like look these people up, like the voice actors, and I didn't get it in a paltry 1 Google search, so I stopped looking for them, admittedly. So I don't know any of these guys. I'm not used to their stuff. Jaren Christ, like I had already said, I'm familiar with their music. I wonder how expensive it'd be to get a custom joint done by them. I love their music. Additional music by Ritual Whales to the Cosmic Tree. I think that's like this punk rock band, if I'm remembering right. And the idea was, I think Kira commissioned like a bunch of Bayagatoth like songs for them. I can't remember right, but there's like this album for fucking Bayagatoth that I need to listen to. Oh, hey, special thanks to Ted Hench. Ted Hench is starting to show up in a lot of my videos. Can you? Oh, and special thanks to David Lynch also. Also, rest in peace, Mr. Lynch. Kira LLC supporters. These are... I assume people, maybe Kira has some kind of like a Patreon or something. I don't know. I didn't really think that this was just going to be a credits walkthrough. So I thought there might be some stuff to see. Oh no, it's Mango Fett. Oh, Django Fett. Richard Sanchez. I don't know. Hopefully I don't accidentally say a name that's like pseudo-racist or something. Jerry Atrick. I don't know any of these characters. Their names don't pop out to me, except maybe, what was that, Beatles fan up there? Beatles are pretty good. I just feel like I've listened to all their music a little bit too much to the point I don't like it. Uktena 64. That has been the first campaign. Thank Christ that's done and over with. Alright, that was the Bleeding Grove. Difficulty by a can. Took me 16 minutes. That's crazy. We only took 1 picture, and it was boring. I'm sorry I didn't fit your palette there, Jeb or Jeeb. You are great. Number 1. And there's a picture, and it's got like the Pog, like soy boy face. I love that. All right. Uktena 64 Ultimate continues with the next character, Jeeb Nicholas Bierman. Oh, Jebediah and Jeeb are 2 different characters, my bad. Jeeb heads out to dispose of contaminated critters utilizing his unique skills of beating and a butchering. Hey, I'm good at one of those things, and it's not butchering. Just kidding. Age 32, so he's a little bit younger than his cousin. Occupation, entrepreneur. Ooh, he's 5'12". Hey, me too. Weight, 185 pounds. Otherkin, were hyena. His favorite film, Little Shop of Horrors. I have not seen that since high school. Favorite book is Virgil's Aeneid? I've never heard that word before. Favorite food? Ground beef. I could not agree more. I love myself a good burger. Alright, so similar to You know how Jeb's thing was, Jebediah? Jeeb's is very similar. We've got like a little tutorial joint to start us off with. Feet Souls 2, but a different background this time. The barbecue basket, size small, count 0. Jeeb gets a call with a really cool job opportunity. You know, this might even be like a half hot take opinion, but Dark Souls 2 was probably my favorite Dark Souls, so, you know, crucify me or whatever, but I really liked it a lot. I thought it was kind of pretty. I liked the way it continued off of Dark Souls 1. And it has my favorite, like, world building. It's like a dying world, and, like, everybody's trying to stop it, but it's just not happening. Alright, so, similar to the intro cutscene, we're gonna have, like, some dialogue that happens here eventually. Jaren Christ, welcome for the 3rd time to the big screen. I don't know, pretty game. I like the opening. Kara always hits the right vibes in these kind of things. Made for giggles and shits.
Hello. For Jeep's hair extensions, press 1. For Jeep's roadkill pickup, press 2. For Jeep's BBQ basket, press 3. Para Eshuar, esta mensaje en español, presión 4. You've reached Jeep.
Hi, me. Got a job out for you, if you want it.
Well, what is it? Hopefully no wrestling.
No, sorry, the job is at the sea. I had a bounty on a bunch of dangerous wildlife. You just gotta kill a quota and dispose of the body somehow.
Well, shoot, sounds like a lot more fun what I've been doing. My VTuber rig got a gimpy leg. I had to put her down.
Well, alright. I'll leave the details on your truck.
Damn, Jeeb's barbecue basket. I bet this motherfucker cooks up a crazy goddamn good meal. Alright, read the diary for the basics. Let's see what we got here. We can kind of half skip the controls, as I had already mentioned. This is Jeeb's diary. Anyways, ever since beating Lasso on Halo, Legendary House goes on Halo, I've got a motion tracker permanently burned into my cornea. Phone 2 called today. I guess I gotta go shoot diseased critters and then dispose them. I'm thinking I can kill 2 birds with 1 cup and process the meat for my BBQ. Once I get all the critters in the area, I should probably head back to my truck. Alright, there we go. That's me in universe being Jeeb. Attention, reader. From desk of Center Intel Agencies. Our infection has displeased us with rapid growth over the lands. Oh, me too. So Heron is mantled a bounty over its wriggling head. This is like the funniest English I've ever read. Like, it's not just fucked up. It's like the heart of it's fucked up. Step 1, shoot infected critters, then burn bodies, please. Perchance, if you live, money be given. I love you, son. CIA. I also feel like I got emails like that, too, somewhere. Alright, we can look down here. Canorize, 20 follows? I don't know. Rest in peace, Jeep Nico-chan. Aw. Alright, what was I kind of doing here? I got kind of thrown off by the VTuber and bullshit like that. Okay, welcome to Jeeb's. Enjoy. Genuine pig poke, raccoon wings, horse salad, shrew tenders, python boba. That would be a fucking interesting try. Long pig swig, normal fried Oreo, not deep fried, cash only. Hey, respect. This has a lot of personality in it. I think I left my hunting gear in my lucky barrel. So we can pop open a barrel, and we have to pick up, it's like a gun. What do we got? We got Ruger, we got binoculars, and I guess that's it for now. We can see some like very cool shirts here. This has like more modern memes than the original. Is that a chub, or are you just happy to see me? You died with Dark Souls bullshit on it. I love Dark Souls, I'm not hating on it. Anime fish, anime Jesus fish, that's cool. Little pair of panties, that's cute for Jeeb. Excuse me, you ain't a princess if you don't got IBS and are beset with fell omens of a future without reasonably priced chicken tortas. Tortas? What the hell? Not in my video game, son. Jeeb's barbecue basket. Damn, I'm just thinking about the kind of food this motherfucker would probably make. So this is pretty much like a straight squirrel stapler reference. Fleshing out that thing. I do think, oh man, I don't have my fucking translation up here. Oh, this is going to be bad. Alright, so, I can't remember. Let me look at the map here. Yeah, this other direction has, what sorry, it has, like, we're going to have a note this direction. So otherwise, we're kind of good to leave the level. Like I said, kind of continuing on here. I know that this isn't the most interesting. On the bright side, there's nothing to see on the outskirts of either of these levels. Like, you can't leave them or anything, so I'm not kind of messing that up. There's this pretty little bridge that goes over top that little brook there, which is nice. So I think this is another fucking Biogototh note, but I don't think I have it translated, so I'm going to have to translate this bad bitch. I'll be right back. Okay, so apparently this feels like this feels way longer to me, but we're going to roll with it. Almighty Baya gave us its flesh. Now we understand. We will bathe in the thick red life of all who oppose us. We feel the universe in the singing death rattle of the young, in the cold fading embrace of the walking ones. Well, now we got walking ones that we can add to the itinerary. Also, what the fuck is going on with my controller? Please go back to working controller whenever you're ready. It's kind of interesting while you have butcher knives out. You can see there's like a score plus thing in the bottom left. Never gets used by my estimation. I feel like it was something that might have been like considered to be used, but it never goes up by my estimation, so I don't know. This is kind of cool too. He has like a lot of, he has like a school bus and like rafts around almost. Have fun using that raft. No, it's kind of crazy. My great grandmother like lived in a place that was even more in the middle of nowhere than here. And, she also had a school bus on her property, and I never really kind of understood why. I think she had some relatives live out of it a long time before I was ever even born. But anyway, at the end of every one of these, you can see that Jeeb, like cooks up all this meat and stuff, and we get like a little video of it, so that's cool. Level Jeeb's barbecued. Difficulty by a kin 6 minutes 50 seconds. Critters 1 of 1. You can see on the right we got staple soup. Once again, super reference to Squirrel Stapler. The value $26. So this should be the first of the missions that gives me a headache. Ritual Road, size small, count 10. Abandoned cars and roadkill dot this scenic drive through the mountains. If you say so. I really don't like this mission in particular. It's kind of a pain in my ass. So let me like kind of look at this. So it's Ritual Road. You can see we've got, they're kind of like vultures. They're like worse chickens a little bit. The weather is rainy, 54 Fahrenheit at 6 p.m. Humidity 100%. I guess it's raining, so we should have guessed that. Our truck, it's not like broke down, but we have to get food for the road, as it's called. There's a barrel here that we can pop for ammo. This is like where I'm starting, like where I'm going to meticulously kind of do my route a little bit. So there are 3. Again, we're on Biokin difficulty, so you'll have to excuse me if I'm got like a stick in my ass a little bit. So we got 3 of these critters coming up. Now you can bait it so that only 2 of them aggro at once, and then you want to kind of put as much hurting on them as you can before they get close, because they get hard to kill once they're close. If they get this close and you can manage it, just switch to your knives. If you aggro, so they're not hard to hit while they're closing the distance on you, but they get hard to hit. Like, they have like a little bit of a circular pattern that's very easy to dissect as they're kind of far away. But like as they get closer to you, they're harder to hit. We can also butcher these like things that kind of have like maggots in them and stuff. I think that's a texture that was actually used in Lost in Vivo in the hotel, at least. I definitely want to pick up some HP and stuff around here. There should be a note down here. We've got like different little things to read and stuff, so I'm not going to miss anything if you're seeing stuff in the environment. Nothing satisfies my taste, nothing but the flesh I found that dark day beneath a canopy of noise when I fell for my fraying noose. It created a void within me, much more than a hunger, a craving for that forbidden fruit. I assume it's talking about flesh, like human flesh, but I also don't really know. So there's a sign up there. Let me sell your house now. 1 bed, 5 baths, 600 bands. Amazing. Is it? I know that we have a housing crisis, but what about a bath crisis? I guess in some parts of the world. Right. Well, not parts of the world. Some parts of maybe America, I guess, where people are sweating out their ideology a little bit. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that too much. Dude, the worst place in the world to be are fucking Akuma Kira's discussion pages. I'm like looking up information about the games, and it's just a fucking septic tank. Come get Patriot Pilled, #1 ammo suppository, and cane decor. How we doing on everything? We got 5 out of 10 meats. Again, I kind of have like a specific pathing for this. If you're going to do the Baiken difficulty, it's to go that direction and then come back this way. I think this is a note that we've already read. Like, black spines erupt from my skin as my blood creeps upward along my neck. My scarred arms twist into a cruel mockery of wings. I accept the pain of this transformation. I shall haunt the skies, and I will paint the earth with the streaks of my hunger. So it's hard to tell if it's like just talking about like humans turning into like these bird vulture things, or if that's again like a straight reference to Baigatot's crow or whatever. I have no idea. Hot Dogs Casino. Win jackpot up to $7.99. I like... That's crazy that they fucking put JD Vance in this game. Like, I'm so surprised that they did that. That blew me away whenever I first played this game. So I think what I'm going to do, it would be easier if I could assure myself of killing the one that's obviously closer to me. So there's one down. Yeah, see how kind of hard it gets to hit whenever it gets like so close. All right, let me maybe get some more distance between him and I. Honestly, that might be the tech, is to just like keep putting distance between them and I like as soon as I can. So we are up to 6 meat and then 7 meat there, and we've got a dollar venereal. The venereal. I don't know if it's spelled that way, but I definitely have used the word venereal disease before to describe something. It's kind of cool. I like the music that's in this place. I wonder what it's parodying. I've never have seen one of these stores before. So, all right. So there are more bullets for our Ruger, not to be confused with the Luger. And then we got our HP refilled a little bit. I'm glad I got this pathing down because this was a fucking huge pain in my ass the last time I played. Oh, and I woke up one of the birds on my left. All right, let's get a little distance between them and I. Oh, man, I'm probably going to die here, huh? Let me loop around that one. Put some distance between me and this one. Oh, wow, I cannot believe that I got that done and over with. That was not as hard as it could have been. I'm trying to think if there's a note or anything I need to read. I'm going to just clean this. I see there's a note on my right. All right. We'll kill this last fucking bird. Fingers crossed it's not a headache for me. All right, so we're going to pop it to wake it up and then light it up. Hey, that didn't go half bad. All right, so we got another one of those chickens done and like some just corpse there or whatever. Road closed. You can see there was like a car accident with a fucking banana. Rookie mistake. If old Looney Tunes cartoons have taught me anything, it's you don't even want to be in the same state as a fucking banana peel anyway. All right, what do we got here? I can now taste the flesh of the tinges of dead things, but while they satiate me as I consume, a bitter hollow aftertaste causes me to vomit. Within the hollow carcasses, my regurgitant imbues life of the dead. All praise Baigathoth. I did not know why my righteous suicide failed, but now I see my creed. So somebody who is still obsessed with food. That there is an enemy. If you wake it up, you're going to have a fucking awful time. It is a bullet sponge on this difficulty. Maybe if you want to come back in easy or with infinite bullets. Not me. I'm not dealing with it. I'm going to loop all the way back and go back to the car because we have enough on our butcher knives. So another thing, I think you get jumped by critters as we get close to the car. So it's my intention to just kind of lock in. I might suffer in terms of dialogue once we get a little bit close as I just try desperately to speed out of here on my car. Okay, so let's just get close and okay, I guess maybe not. I do see that there is a thing to get from under our car though, so I'll go ahead and grab that. Hey, now here's the question: does this food look good? Looks like we're getting some greens going. Oh man, sizzling meat on a grill. No better. Oh man, my stomach is growling. I don't know if I got indigestion or if I'm starving. That is good stuff. I also think, oh nice, there's a dead child. Like I needed to know that. I think if you could like chop up humans and stuff, you can see skeletons in the bottom left, specifically on the levels where you chop up people. 6 minutes 30 seconds. Jeeb's barbecue basket, 1 roadkill curry. It took 8 condors, all that's what we killed, 5 roadkill, and 1 dead child. It has a value of $180. So now you know how much a child is worth. Lake Linger. This idyllic lake is home to an local otter population, home to a local, I don't think that's right, and a giant catfish known as meth mouth. I think I have some people in my community called that, but for a different reason, of course. Maybe a similar reason. So, there is a giant fish in this lake. We might as well get it the fuck out of the way. I want to show you what it looks like, because with any kind of luck, we won't have to see it again after this, except for whenever we go to kill it. Just kind of keeping my eye out for it. It should be coming. I remember this. Oh, yeah, here he comes. We got water soaring up around us. So it consumes us in this way. Reminds me a ton, and I would almost say it's a straight reference to Resident Evil 4. There's like this thing that's in this lake in that game that insta-kills you if you shoot into the water. It's a pretty iconic fucking enemy. And I don't know if it's in the new Resident Evil 4. Actually, I played through like half of the remaster. I haven't played through the whole thing, though. So what am I thinking here? I'm sure I have a path in my mind that I'm thinking. There should be barrels around, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, they're on the other side here. This level features a ton of traps in it. So for the first time, we're going to have to deal with, like, I think they're bear traps. We'll go this way first. There's like two paths kind of around this lake. You can see there's like this left side and the right side. It's my intention to go to the left side until I hit the bridge, and then we'll loop around and go to the right side. This level primarily features, I believe it was possums, wasn't it? Or was it otters? No, it was otters. They're like otters in this area, so that's kind of cool. We've got a note that we can read here. Hopefully enemies don't spawn as I'm reading the note. If they do, I'll just stop it and we'll just start reading it again. Good lord, these otters ain't nothing like a Oshawott. They done skinned Billy alive. Oh heavens, they still a coming. So as we close that out, there should be, otters that will spawn. I want distance between me and the otters, as is usual. It does sound like they have a fucking like a monkey sound effect for them, so that's interesting, instead of like a I don't know, do otters sound like monkeys? I don't know that I've ever seen an otter in real life. Maybe in a zoo whenever I was younger. Also, they like to stunt on me as they beat my ass. They like to hit a fucking 360 no scope on me. I'm also obviously clearly not trying to get in the water. Alright, we're going to chop some of these sumbitches up. We got 12 bullets. That's enough for me to... I don't know. Yeah, see, it just said, "Fill me daddy." What the fuck? Alright, moving along. We got 5, I think, in total, corpses, which is okay. This is going to be a semi-longish level. And then we have this corpse hanging from this tree. I just kind of want to make sure we squared everything up here. Yep, that one's good. And I think we have a couple otters that are on the mainland to our right, and I would like to deal with them before we get much further into the actual level. You can also see there are like otters out in the lake. I don't really hunt those ones so much. I don't really have a preference to or to not hunt them, but there's obviously supplies on the shore, so I kind of stick close to the shore so I can make sure I have enough bullets for these things. Like if I go out into the water, I think that's the last of the things that we can show on this side. I don't want to cross the bridge. I have a very specific use case for the bridge that we're going to talk about as I actually come up on it. Yeah, see, he's trying to hit a clip on me again. He's fucking 360 in my ass. So we're up to 7 out of 16 meat. Not doing good. We have fucking 1 bullet left, and if I run into like a bear trap or anything, I'm in big trouble. I'm hoping that obviously we run into probably heals and then bullets too. I want both those. Actually, if we can just get 1,000,000 bullets and infinite full heals, that would be nice. Go ahead and drop that into my account. No, so I'm going to use the boat and sail over to this little island. You can see on the map there's like an island out in the middle of the lake, I guess. I don't know. Things like this kind of fascinate me a little bit. Like a tree that's so disconnected from like other trees. I don't know. It's probably a dumb thing I'm even like describing, but like these 6 trees took forever to grow here, right? Like in real life, like talking about like real islands and stuff. And never have they been like around other trees, right? It's not like you can just uproot a tree. So for years and years and years and years, these trees have just sat here, and like they probably had to deal with like mostly the same bugs and mostly the same, like animals and stuff that would be nearby and stuff too. Maybe not so much that, but these are the only trees that have ever been here, and that's kind of, I don't know, weird to me. Then I don't know that this is an interesting story. It's a lot of Kira's like stories in this game are pulled from like Native American folklore. There's a good chance that this is too. It's a pretty simple story. It's about like I don't know. It's almost like Noah's Ark a little bit. Like, it's a story about a dog that, like, warns a man, and he's like, hey, listen, there's going to be this big flood, like a bunch of rain. You better watch out. And then, like, the man's like, I don't know. He's like, hey, man, look at my back. Don't you believe my back? And the back of the dog is, like bare bone. Like, it's literally bones. Like, you can see the spine of the dog. And then somehow that, like, convinces the man. Also, this boat kind of controls like shit. It's intentional. I'm not intentionally driving like a dumbass. Okay, so the next loot spot are these two like water houses over here. What was I just I was saying something concerning the wow, I don't remember. I guess it doesn't fucking matter. I'm trying to park the boat because it keeps our momentum. All right, we'll just park her right there. Nice. All right, so we got a heal. And not much in the way of there. We got another notebook here. I let out frequent heavy sighs as I write this. Okay, well, I'm not going to read it with those sighs, but for while true, I endeavored to free myself from society's tethers and obligations one tribute to a city life. What? I never had thought nor even entertained fleeting fancy of such simple horrors have I born. Man, this motherfucker talks like a pain in the ass. I'm going to maybe start skipping around these sentences. However, the figmental horrors of mind have been earnestly replaced with those all too real. I think it's just saying that, like, but those residing at this lake seem a cruel caricature that eclipses even my fanciful imaginations. Most disturbing, they exhibit intellect far surpassing their average. I think he's literally just saying, like, you know, things were pretty normal back in the city, but now that I'm out here, there's these creepy-ass animals around. I think that's all that he's saying. So, what is it? Somebody else said it before him, but I only know it because of the, Terry... Wow, he's the programmer. He's the smartest programmer that ever lived. He programmed fucking Temple OS. I can't think of Terry Davis. Terry Davis said, the smart man admires simplicity and the idiot admires complexity. All right. So I don't think there's much to see here. We just picked up a plant there, obviously, in the back, and then butchered this guy a little bit. He gave us a little bit of meat. All right, so don't have much ammunition, but we got gumption, so that's good for us. All right, we're going to, I think, continue along the shore here. There should be like a couple more houses to loot and stuff. I don't think I actually have kind of the ammunition for that. You can soft run in this a little bit, which I think gives you more control over the thing. Like, we have similar, I don't know. It's honestly, I think it gives you like some ice controls on this here. It gives you weird controls when you're on the boat. It doesn't like wholesale get rid of your original controls. So that's all I'm trying to say. All right, I want ammunition before I pop this bulbous sack that we're getting ready to mess with. How much bullets we got? We got 21. That should be more than enough to kill a couple of otters. I think the red enemies actually take less bullets. I'm going to do myself a favor. I'm going to level myself a little bit with this thing. This looks perfect. And then we're going to pop that, and then it frees a lot of the otters. We have taken one out. Oh, and I'm eating it a little bit. Okay, we knocked another one out, and he's stunting on me. Oh, wow. I said these things take less bullets. I was joking, apparently. I have no idea what I was talking about in that, because these guys took a similar amount of bullets. All right, so we're at 11 out of 16. I think we'll get 12 once we... that needs some salt. Yikes. I don't think I could ever... some friends and I were talking about this. I know that this is... We just talk about everything. So, one of my friends brought up the other day, they're like, you know, would you ever eat, like, human flesh? Like, even if it was, like, a little bit, like an arm or something. Because I think that there are tribes in Africa that still eat, like, human flesh. Me, personally, I said no, because I think that there's, like, something abhorrent about it, right? Like, wasn't mad cow disease, like, didn't that originate because cows were, like, eating cows, and then some kind of, like, a loop in that, like, kind of manifested the disease? But no, there's like documented cases of, like, at least as I understand it, like people going crazy from just having eaten human flesh, like humans going crazy from eating human flesh. I think there's something to it. I don't think you should do it. And then, like, there's like the disease, what is it? It's like a prion in the brain. It's like Kuru. I don't know. Here's my thing. It would be like if he had asked me, like, hey, do you think you would put a fork in an electrical socket? And I'm like, no, I don't see a reason for that. I think that it'll shock the shit out of you. He's like, okay, I just wanted to check, you know. All right, so we got some bulletos there, and bear traps finally. Bear traps have the potential to fuck you just as much as they have the potential to help you out. So I'm going to try and balance it wisely. This is kind of cool. We can like look at the signage and stuff. Linger Lake Visitor Center, not visitor, not to be confused. You oughta not do drugs, dare. I miss the old above the influence campaigns. Not that I like have a certain affinity with them or anything like that, honestly, but like, I don't know. I feel like it was from a time where there was like an earnest trying instead of like, there's an otter here, by the way, like an earnest trying instead of like whatever shitty stuff that they keep trying to do with like these Muppets and stuff. That's old news, even kind of now, is like the fact, those old shitty Muppets where it was like, hey man, and then it's like an air horn, it's like, you know, wait man, I'm trying to vape, like the annoying ass Muppets. I'm sure people who like are familiar with like like smoking, vaping campaigns and stuff surely probably know what I'm talking about. I'm looking around because there should be kind of other enemies around. You know what I might do? I'm going to risk it. There we go. He's to my left. I just heard him. I did that to wake up any enemies who might have been nearby. All right. So we're up to 14 meat. And I'm trying to think what my best bet is here for... looting, killing these, because I'm pretty sure we should have another. Yep, I heard him. He must be over the hill there. All right, there goes down another one. I must have been getting hella headshots there. So, what's my thought here? What am I gonna do? You know what? Before this is the last place I'm gonna be. Actually, we're gonna do this in an even dumber way, but I want to get rid of the fish too. So. Because you can kill Meth Mouth. I don't know if that's been a fan favorite character, but they will be dying in this playthrough, so skip forward 6 minutes if you do not want to see the beloved character Meth Mouth die. I don't know why I'm in a good mood. There's something about this game, like, it's not like, it doesn't have like all the personality in the world, but like it's fun. I'm having a good time with it. I'm not actually struggling that much with it. There goes Meth Mouth in the middle of the lake right now. No, we can clear underneath of this bridge here. We're going to get rid of old Meth Mouth. Once again, I'm moving as well as I can, folks. The boat is not exactly the best, but it's the best we've got. So, and all I have to do is to chop up one more thing. So that really wouldn't be the end of the world if, even if I could get like a little corpse, or maybe I could kill like one of these otters that are out in the water. Also, I got fucking hung up on the shore here, so I'm trying to get back out into deeper water. Please don't tell me this thing is like completely stuck somehow. Oh man, come on. Okay, there we go. Nice, we're back out on the water. We're back to moving again, folks. No, I want to get on the shore right around that area. We need the boat. It's easier if you have the boat to kill Meth Mouth. He does not react to bullets. That's not how we're going to kill him. Bear traps are not the answer. Butcher knives, are you out of your fucking mind? I hope you weren't thinking butcher knives, because that's not going to happen. But we are in a dam area, and we're going to use the dam turbines to our advantage. Those damn turbines. So we have a posted notice here, no trespassing. Of course, if we trespass, we get charged with a misdemeanor. We'll fight that in court later on in this game. No, that's a joke. So there is a plushie. Wow. I thought this wasn't going to be... Wow. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know how you're supposed to shoot it, because you can't shoot it through the gate. Let me turn the turbines on. And then here's how we're going to get rid of old Meth Mouth. He is very interested in you when you're in the water. And then we have... Which way is forward? It's whichever way is longer. This way. It will insta-kill you if you get into this turbine. But I think the boat's actually clear, but I'm not even going to test that, so don't worry about that. I'm just going to get us kind of semi-close. I think like right here is probably good. And then I'm going to get close to the turbine, and then we're just going to dip into the water. A little bit more into the water. I hate that this sign is right here specifically, because I can't see how close or far old Meth Mouth is. I'm sure that he's coming. I hear the music playing, though. I'm sure we'll see the water rushing around us before Yep, there he comes. He's coming up right there. He's got a little bit of a less friendly angle on me than I would kind of like. Here, let me get him a little bit more going. I accidentally went up on the shore a little bit more than I could. Come on, man. I feel like he's taunting me. Okay, wait a minute now. I don't like this. Hold up. Let me get a little bit out there, a little bit back. Does he know? All right, come on, man. Okay, there we go. We woke him back up. Perfect. I hear the music. He's rushing us. Oh, nice. Okay, that's actually got a really forgiving distance around it. I did not realize that. But anyway, that's now shut down. We can hop on it, walk around it and stuff. I'm going to show you how I prefer to get that plushie. I don't know if there's an easier way to do it other than just using the flying cheat, but I'm going to show you how I do it without it. So on this side, you can actually hop up on these pipes pretty easily, and you can see. I think you can see. You should be able to see. Let me jump off of it one time. So it looks like it's all the way back there. So this is going to be a little bit of a harder shot than even I kind of anticipated. So we'll have to go back up this. I'm only going to try this like one more time before I show my successful run. Like I'm going to attempt it one time before I show my successful run. On shooting this. Hopefully this is just the successful run. Alright, so we're going to hop back up on the pipe. Alrighty. And it should be like way out there, honestly. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit this first try. No. Okay, I'll be back. Hey, we got her that time. I didn't actually think that's only been like my third attempt at that. I got it the very first time that I tried it before. But yeah, that's where the fucking plushie is on this area. I don't know if I've neglected to say that. I don't know what I've said exactly, but that over there is kind of just bait for us to... I don't know. That isn't a node, is it? No, that's coffee. That's coffee. I don't know which way is the fucking best way to go. I'll tell you what I could do. Oh, shit. I didn't know that was going to wake the whole gang up. Well, here are the otters. We're either going to kill or get killed by them, so... oh, he's stunting on me. Okay. I'm going to try and get out in the water. Okay. Nice. They're so slow out here. This is the tech. Oh my god, if I had to kill a fucking army of these things, I'd fight them out in the water. Cool. So there those ones go. Now, I want to collect this coffee here just to make sure that we have all kinds of HP in case we need it. There are hot chip Doritos here. I guess those would begin. I'm not a big fan of hot chip Doritos. My favorite are Cool Ranch, and then I guess I like the basic kind. I don't really like many different kinds of Doritos. Not really a Doritos guy. I actually don't like Sprite or Mountain Dew either, which as a gamer, you know, is like, oh my god, you don't like bread and sacraments? What the fuck's wrong with you? So I can show you a little trick for this level here that's going to make the rest of this a breeze. There's like a flying cheat code later on in the game, and this soft enables it for some fucking reason. As you're walking across this bridge, it automatically falls underneath of you, and if you bash the fucking jump button as you're falling, you just get free reign to fucking fly, and this goes on until you hit the ground again, so you can just fucking fly in this level. This is crazy to me. It's super easily replicatable. Like, if you want to just do that, you just can as many times as you like. I think it's supposed to be like half, like, you know, you're supposed to be able to jump pretty easily if you're like falling or whatever, I would assume, because like, you know, you're panicking because meth mouth, and now you'll notice that there are bushes around, and if I were to fuck up one of these bushes or even get near, apparently it's going to wake up the otter army. I'm not going to deal with that otter army. I'm just going to hop on my truck and leave. So that's how I prefer to do that level on the Byakin difficulty. Oh, we're going to sew too. We're going to make something crazy here for using the leather, the whole ass joint, the meat and everything. Lake Linger, 20 minutes. That one took a minute. Jeeb's barbecue basket, 1 critter stew. It took $16 and 2 humans, value of about $200. And you can see, because I used 2 humans, we've got skeletons dancing in the bottom left. If you're going to grind, I'm going to talk about this too. The 2 humans I got in this level, if you're going to grind humans for the achievement, which you need to unlock all the cheats in this game, you're probably going to want to do it on Lake Linger. I hate Pallid Park. This is the hardest level in the whole fucking game on Byakin difficulty. And I don't like it because it's spooky too. Anyway, so it's very misty. I guess we could look at the map. Pallid Park. You can see we start in the bottom and we just kind of are looping, like it's clockwise through this area. Cloudy, 54 Fahrenheit, a little chilly, humidity 80%. It's the middle of the day exactly. Pallid Park. Ready to die? Heaven or hell? 1-800-YAHSHUA. Plus cabin decor. A lot of these things advertise cabin decor. I guess. Okay, population density like it's urban, but like kind of population disparity like it's rural. Hard to describe, but fire or not? I don't know if that made sense to anybody who those just probably sounded like random words, but I guess what I'm saying is like, pretty much everybody has like their own cabin is what I'm thinking, but everybody has their own cabin, but like, it's super like population dense. You can go back here. I don't think that there's like, you can't like shoot that. It's like a tungsten ball almost. It's not going anywhere. There are these like different weird posters up and around. This looks like a dude from the fucking Walking Dead. I can't put my finger on him, but there are weird pictures up and around. There's not really anything going on here. There are chairs, weird desk chairs. Anyway, then we get to the very end here, and this is like a weird kind of back rooms looking area. You can see like up there is like a door, and later on like ammo spawns down here once you make like kind of a loop around. I honestly think it might be another thing that's like triggered whenever you have enough things chopped up or whatever. But there's an enemy here later. I'm hoping to, I am going to avoid it, at least on Biokin difficulty. There's no reason to fight it, so I'm not even going to show it off until we get the zoo unlocked, and even then I'll probably forget to show it off, so it doesn't matter. A lot of meme kind of notes around this area too. They done kicked my granddaughter out of the toddler race. They said no performance-enhancing drugs. I said she needs her speedball. She don't like Gatorades. How else she's supposed to get her go-go juice? So basically, he was like hopping up his fucking granddaughter? I don't know if it was daughter or granddaughter. Hopping her up on fucking speedballs to just be a demon at soccer. No performance enhancing drugs. Yeah, that's really the problem. Not that it was being used on a child. Critters and cages, animal hotel, 5-star animal hotel, lots of cameras. Those motherfuckers are going nowhere. Look, he's chewing on the bars. Oh man, so funny. Oh, this place just has lots of funny personality. Look at this over here. So it's like a Beyblade arena or whatever, and it's got Beyblades in it. It's got the Master Beyblade, the fucking Buzzsaw. I don't think you can see anything in these bathrooms. I forgot to come. Oh, you can see the other side of that saw blade in there, though, a little bit. I guess you could pause it or slow it down there. There's not many enemies we have to chop up here relative. We only have to get 9. We can get our first one. You want to treat this enemy similar to how you were treating the vultures from earlier. It's a little fucking chihuahua. You want to put bullets in it as best you can while it's fucking far away, and then deal with it with your hunter's knives once it gets kind of close. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm probably going to die to this, but there is an achievement if you die to it, so there's that. I've already gotten the achievement. Trust me. All right. A little bit more dead. Thank God he's dead. So it's like a little chihuahua. It's like a deadly-ass chihuahua. If you die to it, you get an achievement for dying to it. So you got that going for you at least. Oh, man. There's this body we can chop up, I guess, while I'm kind of here. We're at 2 out of 9 meat. And I'm just kind of looking around for any notes, any heals, anything that should help us kind of wrap this level up. Did I not go back? No. That's another way we can go there. Okay, frozen yogurt. Back in my day, we drank the gurt straight from the nipple. Very gross. Unless, of course, you're talking about being an infant. All right. Yogurt. I like yogurt, mostly like children's sugary yogurt. I don't like I guess adult yogurt straight from the fucking nipple. Back in my day, I loved coming to the park for a public hanging. Everything's too woke now. They even removed the nice gallows, as opposed to what? The bad gallows? Bigfoot's daycare or orphanage. Is that how you spell that? And cabin decor. Once again with the cabin decor. You aren't going to sell me on it, Buster Scruggs. It's I'm not really cabin decor kind of guy. And what is cabin decor exactly? I can presume what it is, but I can't imagine that that's a hot commodity that you're selling there. I kind of feel like Cabela's probably already does it. So here comes the worst enemies in the entire game. there are bubbles. That's where you can tell where the enemies are. They also jump up every once in a while. I fucking hate these things so much. They take so much focus, and I still miss all my shots against them. So that woke it up, and it should at least path towards us now. So I'm trying to put distance between it and I. It's still kind of coming. I'm probably going to die here. This is probably going to be my first death to these stupid-ass leeches. But if you can get it to the shore... they can't really handle you being on the shore very well, and that's kind of like my tech for dealing with them. It wasn't really my intention to even draw them back this far. I plan on at least killing that one in the out normally. Okay, so now all you have to do is worry about the timing of hitting this thing. You have to hit them, I forget if it's 3 or 4 times. Must be 4. There we go. So that one's done. The leeches are very fucking annoying. 3 out of 9 things chopped up, and we have to do that a lot in this level. Other times it's not nearly as bad. If you can get it to like an actual like incline like that, it's super easy to kill the enemies. Then like if you're just on like there are like these, I don't know what they're not fucking pontoons. I don't know what they're called, but like these like floating like pathways here. If you're on top of one of those can work in lieu of like an incline, but they're not that good. I'm looking to see if we got an enemy down that away I could go to. Let me see if we got a heal in here. What's here? Bullets or a heal? Bullets. All right. Hopefully that's good enough. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hopping onto, I'm not going to call it a pontoon. I don't know what the fuck it is though. Keeping our eye out for bubbles. It looks like right there is where it is. Well, and now he's moved. He's over that direction. So I'm going to wake him up, get him moving. He should kind of come over near us. I just think like an enemy in this game, like these leeches have like awake and sleep modes. And then like if it's awake, it does the attack animation kind of more often. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe this won't be so bad. I don't know. It kind of depends on... like I said, this is the level I had the most difficulty with while I was playing. So, hopefully your reaction speed is up to snuff. Hopefully you're wide awake and... Okay, wow, that one only took 3 shots. Must have headshotted it once. Alright, so here is my plan. We're gonna chop this one up. And then, of course, like later on, like leech piles, there's like a lot of leeches. Not a lot, I guess like 3 or 4 at a time. That is a lot of leeches, considering I can hardly deal with the one of them at a time. Okay, that's what we're aiming for, is the fucking little gazebo thing up there. About half gazebo, I'd say. We want to get on shore, obviously, because that's where the enemies can't hit us, these leeches. But there should also be heals up here and a crossbow. Crossbow is nice. Apparently, it wasn't nearly as strong as it is now, as it was. Okay, wait. It's stronger now than it was whenever the game first released. So this is another Native American story. The Great Leech of Tlanusi. Again, you can pause and read it if you want. This is nothing. Like if you Google the Great Leech of Tlanusi or whatever, it will say almost the exact same thing. This is like a Cliff Notes version of that book, almost. I was reading it on, not book, but like, you know how like people used to just kind of post stories online that weren't just like blogs or fucking mini press releases. Wow. You remember when the internet used to be good? How boomer is that to say? I don't know. All those fucking websites look like hella old to me. Okay, let's get them a little bit closer to me over here. There we go. We'll get you right on the shore there. And then, I don't like the fucking crossbow just has like a little bit of a delay to it, but this one shot kills these things, which it absolutely should, because, it's hard as fuck to nail these motherfuckers. Yeah, I just missed a bolt. Let me kind of go over to the side here. I don't know. These things are very hard to hit by my estimation, these leeches. Oh, great. And he's fucking moving around. So if I don't have the arrow trained straight on him, I'm not ready for it. Ah, man. I'm going to try one more time with the crossbow, and then we'll go back to the pistol if I'm really having trouble with it. And I'll also probably move around a little bit, so... Okay, wow, we actually got that one. Collar me impressed. And it has been giving us back our bolts pretty liberally. It usually does not do that. Like maybe 1 out of all 6 of the bolts that I use. We can get dialogue if we get near enough to this water. That's kind of funny. It says, city water, like it's gross. Moop comp group. I don't know. I don't know what a comptroller is. But I know that somebody who worked one time at like the Lower Dam River Authority or something like that, Lower River Dam Authority or some shit. And he, I think they were cleaning water there. I can't remember what they did. Oh, wow. There should be an enemy nearby, judging based on the map here, which has an icon for a leech. Oh, there he is. He's all the way over there. All right, let's wake him up. Damn, I actually got hella bullets. I should be using my bullets a little bit more. I can kind of zoom in a little bit. This will be hard to hit from kind of this distance. Let me bait him over here a little bit. Very similar to the fucking fish in that one-track mind regard. All right. I'm sorry, we do have to take it this low because you can't hit these motherfuckers with the knife. It's so way too hard, the butcher knife, by my estimation. There's probably out there who can do this way better than I can, and I'm fucking missing all these shots anyway. All right, so maybe we'll lock in a little bit. See, I feel like he jumped slow just to taunt me there. Like, are you kidding me? And then what? He's back to jumping fast. I don't know. Wow, I'm in my head. Please stop moving. I also don't want any of my bullets to like catch on the banister or anything. Okay, yeah, he's once again jumping slow. Hey, at least I'm getting some shots in him here or there. All right, then once again we're slow. That's the third shot, so the next one should be the kill shot. Thank God. And then at least at this last area, if you've been getting bored with like this area in particular, at this last part, we're going to have like an incline as the same way as before. Okay, why is he not dead? Is this dude a tank? Is he the final boss? He has infinite HP? No. Come on, man. Just give me a little something here. At least die. How about that? Can we agree that you should die? I'm going to maybe give this like one more volley of bullets, and if we can't fucking get him, then I'm going to just cut. He has eaten half of my bullets. What is this motherfucker doing? Let me go to the crossbow. All right, I'll be back. Holy shit, we finally got it. You know, I heard somebody, or heard, yeah, like, I got a line on everybody who's ever installed this game. No, I saw somebody like post, I think it was on the Steam discussions, and they said that they like somehow glitched it so that there's like no fucking water in these pools. Oh my God, what a dream. I would just fucking light these leeches up. Speaking of leeches, there's one I'm coming up on. Here's what I want to do. We have to get 3 of these leeches. So I want to kind of like, I want that one to be like aware of me, and he's not really aware of me. Okay, so we've woken up the leeches. I want to dodge them because as we come up and around this next cabin area, hold up, are these? Yeah, they are still following me. That's good. We have like another inclined hill, which make these guys are easier to kill on the inclined hill. So, all right, let's see if I can get them kind of coming in closer. There's one of them at least. Get him a little closer. Because I don't know how close he'll bother coming to the shore here. You see, there was blood in the water. All right, a little closer here, buddy. Yeah, because they can almost come like right up onto the shore almost. Oh, hey, there's his pal in the background there. All right, we'll chop this corpse up. And then after we kill this one, we only have to kill one more. It kind of looks like he's a little hung up. Nah, he's figuring it out. This level, very boring, and you do have to take it this slow. Like, this is the level I have to make the most concessions on. This is a very boring, very slow level, and it is fucking really warranted on this difficulty. I guess the whole playthrough has been kind of for this. I'm sure I have fucking timestamps below if you really don't want to see this, and I would not blame you. This level is extremely boring, and there's not much else to... I think maybe there's a Bygatoth fucking, let me get in a little closer here. I want him closer to me. Because clearly he's hung up on something that is in the, environment there. Maybe it's like an invisible wall or something. You know what? I'm going to let him do his thing for a minute. Hopefully he repositions. I'm going to loot this place a little bit. All right. So we got nothing in that barrel. We got a big fat nothing. Then we got a heal. That's good. That's good. I can be amenable to heal. And then one last barrel, and then probably whatever's in there. I'm sure there's bullets and stuff in there. Hey, the Ruger's got some bullets in it now. What do we got here? Bolts. That's good. I could probably use that to finish them off. My grandpappy fought for the right to be naked in this park. If I'm in decent exposure, and then they shouldn't have made Smokey so sexy. Smokey the Bear? It looks like a fucking rusted-ass Cybertruck. That's going to be really cool to see here in years whenever those shits actually get rusted. I don't think there's anything else to see back here. Just a little bit of loot for us. All right, let's go back and see how things are looking here with our leech friend. I want to, like, bait him over here, maybe. I just want him off of whatever the fuck he's on right there. Because clearly I'm hitting, like, an invisible wall or something. Okay, that looks a little better. All right, he is re-aggroed onto us, which is the way that I would prefer it, so that, you know, he keeps sweating me. This is such a fucking lame level. I almost kind of want to cut this a lot, because this is really boring, but all right. We got a lot of our bolts back, which is good. Crossbow is good. I don't know how you could maybe slow the fucking leech, their attack, like the little idle animation, make that slower. That's what I would fucking do. They don't have to deal less damage. They don't need less HP. They just need to slow down a little bit. That's all. Okay, so we are baiting that one there. I see it coming in the water towards us. All right, let him get a little bit closer. Yep, and I'm going to keep my gun trained on him. All right, this way. Perfect. All right, so he's on a perfect shot of the shore there. How many bullets I got? I got 15 bullets because I'm not hitting very much at the angle I was. Perfect. So we got all the meat. Now, the way that you're anticipated to do this is to continue down this path, and then you'll land out that door that lands you on the other side of the, you know what, fuck it. I guess we'll show it off. We might as well. There are more bubbles here, whatever. I'm going to try to avoid that leech. I guess I could probably just run up on the shore and kill it. I'm not, nah, he didn't even acknowledge me. So we got West and West's best and best crematorium. I don't think that, based on your sign, I don't think that word means what you think it means. Out back here, glitter on a body. What a waste of glitter. I don't know. It kind of looks like angel wings almost a little bit. All right. I'm just kind of glad that we're done with this level. I hate this level. It's not that bad. It's just a fucking pain in the ass. So there's a ghost back in the original part of the office. I'm not going to deal with it, though. Yeah, this is like a very gas station. I love gas. Very gas station-esque building. But yeah, so this is where we would drop down. It does look like there are bullets there. I know you probably can't see them. But I'm not going back that direction. We're going to take the long way because I don't think I can fight this ghost. At least with my current kit. I got fucking crossbow bolts. I got bullets. I'm going to show the ghost at the zoo, which is the enemy, like, place where you can show off all the enemies. I just don't want to lose a Biagatoth run, like, right now. That would be very fucking lame. So I'm just going to walk the long way. All right, I'll see you back at the car. That'll be my concession. I'll see you at the car. Oh, shit, there she is. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck. Oh, dude. Oh my God. Why is my crossbow? It isn't loaded. Holy shit, that just scared the shit out of me. All right, we're kind of coming back on it. Honestly, if I can just avoid the ghost, I will. But let me tell you the hard thing about this ghost. Day or night, it doesn't matter. Distant, well, actually, whenever you get close, you can see them really easy. But as far as that, like, they're very hard to see. Very hard to see. And think, you can see this motherfucker at night, too. So, I don't know. I got jumped. That's all that matters. Hey, this food looks good, though. I don't know about all the sanding you'll do while you're cooking, but, you know, whatever, I guess. Anyway, Pallid Park is done and over with. Biokin. Squirm Chowder. It took one Dr. Barky, which I assume is the dog. Roadkill. And Leech. 7 of them. I'm trying to think, good or bad. I probably wouldn't eat that. Looks good. Goddamn good, though. Burning Grove. Dangerous wolves have been seen stalking this abandoned hillside. This mission, it's definitely the coolest of Jeeb's missions, but I don't know where I'd put it on difficulty. It could be easy or hard. Hopefully easy, as I tend to prefer. So there will be you'll notice that this is the arena where we fought the big ass snake. Let's see what this says. Burning Grove. Weather is clear, 50 Fahrenheit, about 6:30. It's 20% humidity. We got wolves in front of us, and then wolves to our far left. So again, we're talking specific pathing. For this one, you don't actually have to chop up wolves, even though it kind of implies that. Like, the level does, but you succeed at the level whether or not you chop the wolves up. So, and they're burning wolves, even though they have the same kind of like movement and models and stuff as the wolves that do not burn, like the ones that were in the ice area before. You can see the Jebediah's truck is kind of fucked up there, the same way it was during the boss fight. All right, so we lit that guy up. I'm going to spend the rest of my bullets there. Nice. We're at 2 out of 7. I got 2 bullets in my, the Ruger, not to be confused with the Luger. Here is where the finger trees are, as I kind of, described them earlier. Oh, great. We got another wolf. I am probably going to have to actually fight this one with the butcher's knives. Bring it to me, mijo. I don't know. I like having to do melee fights in this game, annoying and fun. Yep, there's a death. So there's the annoying part. While looking for ammunition, I found this note, so let's go ahead and read it. What magic takes hold of me to inscribe these scratchings? Do they mean anything? The shapes on the page look like nothing to me, yet my pointed stubs continue on like a rebellious muscle memory. I don't know. Definitely didn't see that when we were here before. Alright, I'm gonna light these wolves up. I'll BRB. Alright, I just lit that wolf up there. I'll chop it up. Dig into that, twin. I partook of that wretched flesh, and in so doing delivered my dying shell to the tree. It did not take long for my form to twist and stretch. It was agonizing, not only the pain, but the realization of what I've been running from. It is peace. Is it peace? Because all of this sounds like hell to me. You're always hungry. You've always got fucking... wow, the earth here has grown up a lot too. You've always got like a hunger to you. You've always got like a fucking like vines twisting through your veins and stuff. I don't know how peaceful that is. Although trees are kind of peaceful, but I don't know. You're not selling me. You're not going to be able to convince me with words, Bagatoth. But that's fine because I feel like these spores and stuff you do just fine with too. All right, so what are we looking for here? So there's like meat here. You chop it up, and when you do, this ladder drops down. So I think, well, this is the last one in the main game. There is the last one in the main game, that plushie there or whatever. I feel it in everything I touch, including my own hollowed, brittle flesh. I also feel that the growth I saw, the vines, the flowers, were only a small fraction of it, that it's always been rooted far away in the lost cosmos. Interesting. I don't think I read that the last time I played, so it always kind of blows my mind. Well, it doesn't blow my mind. That's a bit presumptuous. But, like, it's weird to me that, like, characters... Like, I've never had an experience in my life where I've been like, whoa, this feels like something out of that's far off in the lost cosmos. It's like, what does that feel like to you exactly? Oh, yeah, this is kind of the gimmick here. So, like, as we move away from that building, and I think over to this one... Yeah, the trees just kind of get fucking weird. I have no idea how it does this effect. Literally not a fucking clue. But it's gonna, like, weirdly soft teleport us back to the fucking house. So you see, like, we just got kind of turned around there. How weird is that? Does the time move? Just out of curiosity, 6:30? I thought this started at 7. Is the time going backwards? I don't know. It's getting very pink in the sky, though. I don't know. I like this level because we don't actually have to fight all the animals in it, so that's good. All we got to do now is make it back to our monster truck in one piece. Not this shell. I don't know. I'm getting dumb with the play on words here a little bit. Getting a little bit tired. Hey, there's that Native American warning again. And for some reason, I was thinking there was another fucking Bagatoth note around, like that was untranslated or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not seeing it around here if there is. So, you know what? Honestly, I bet it's back there where those other fucking wolves are. But I'm not going to do that nah, I don't really got the ammunition for it. You know what? Maybe I'll come back here. I'm going to do like a loop around. Oh, Jesus Christ. That just scared the shit out of me. Oh, yeah. I should have prefaced this a little bit. It's our brother. Oh, they're not cousins. They're brothers. I've got to make him remember. So we whip out the banjo. Once again... The boss fight is, holy shit, so much louder. Oh my dear God. Once again, I tried to pause the game where there's no pause function. Thank God I turned it way down. This is so much louder in the rest of the game. Sorry for that little fuck up there at the end. Not that this whole fucking playthrough hasn't been a fuck up. This is nice in part because I like the banjo music that actually plays. I'll have it turned down, of course, so that it's not super loud in your ears. We're fighting our brother. We got to make him remember with the banjo. This is easily the best weapon in the game. By fucking, like, it's an AoE weapon. It deals so much fucking damage. We just have to hit our brother. And I know that it looks like his HP is like very slowly going down, and I wouldn't argue with you, but we only need to get him to about half HP, and then we win. So his excuse me, his model is kind of cool. I didn't know if you had asked me like, hey, Kira's going to have to make another boss for this. Like, what would you guess that boss is going to be kind of like? Oh, yeah. And then he's got, like, that fucking landing attack, like, as he's, like, a star. Like the Elden Ring boss. I can't think of his name. I haven't played Elden Ring. Like, it came out, I played that shit for, like, a month, and then I haven't played it since then. So I don't know anything about the DLC even. The banjo music kind of speeds up a little bit here. But his attack patterns don't get any harder. I'm trying to think with Rakan. Oh, and I just died to a bunch of fucking flaming wolves. You're kidding me. I've got like zero interest in replaying this mission, so I want to head over here and just kill these wolves. What magic takes hold of me to inscribe these scratchings? I already read this one, didn't I? Maybe they flipped these notes around. Hold up. Huh. It is the same as this note. I kind of feel like Kira, and I don't want to say this without absolute assurance, but I think some of these notes are actually randomized. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys back at the, like, a little ways into that fight. Whoa, shit. You can actually see Jeb out there. I know it's not the best, even with binoculars. The binoculars kind of fuck it up almost. Wait, hold up. Oh, I can zoom. Oh, my. Holy shit. That's imposing ass looking, isn't it? He's even got like a slight idle animation. He's like moving ever so fucking slightly. Oh my god. Cool. Alright, I'll see you when we got him about half whipped. Wow, that's very fucking pretty. I don't know how much of that you're going to be able to see, but he just kind of comes down like a star. Almost like I said, I think it's Radon? No, what's his name? Radon. That's it. That's Radon from Elden Ring, basically. I'm trying to keep my... Oh, I see the wolves have spawned over this direction. You can kind of just watch this fucking laser these guys now. Such a goddamn good weapon. Like, so powerful in terms of this game. I like the music that plays during this, too. Oh, it seems like he's up in the air again, probably. I'm not going to be able to get a good... There he goes. Cool. I like that little effect. I don't know how Kira did that. That's pretty cool. Pretty good. Pretty quality for a game that's just this. I didn't even know that there was an Uktena 64 like rework kind of in the... or remake or whatever, even in the pipes, you know, if that makes any sense. I just... somebody said that it dropped, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked it up, and I bought it, and I played it the same day. Because I thought there was going to be some crazy-ass lore drops in this shit. But, I don't know. It's kind of like buying packs of trading cards or whatever. Sometimes you get some real bangers, sometimes you don't. This was fun, though, so at least it was cool in that regard. Just nothing that really blew me away. So my banjo isn't working. I gotta try something else. Don't worry, now it's time for a DDR segment. Okay, check it out, All right, now watch me hit this. Jeeb, it's you. So, you saved me, Jeeb. So we were able to reach our brother's heart somehow. Jeb became a successful wedding photographer and even mid-tier influencer after his head got better. Cool, so he got cured. He was good at taking pictures. I'm sorry, I only did it for the money. That is until his crypto rug pull scandal, but he still uploads. Cool. Weird cat I found, iceberg. And then you can see Akuma Kira's little shit in the bottom right there. Lots of cool little old references there. What is wrong with you? You skinned a live animal in front of everyone. Jeeb went on to be a Michelin star chef and launched a successful brand of frozen TV dinners. Oh man, that sounds good. And then, after the FDA shut him down, he happily married his AI boyfriend Blade. Oh, self-insert for Akuma Kira. I know they love Blade. A game by Akuma Kira. Oh, hey, we got wolves out here. Mr. Craven. I don't know. I'm not going to reread all this or whatever, but I guess now is as good a time as any to about at least give this about half a talking about. This game's cool and everything. I like this game. I'm glad it came out. I'm glad I played through it all because it does kind of give you a little bit of new tidbits about like Biogathoth and stuff. It is a goofy approach to the Kiraverse, which I really didn't like at first. I did not like that at all whenever I first played it through. So just imagine me sitting here with a frown on my face. That's kind of the vibe I was going for with it. But I've kind of turned around on a little bit. I don't take Kira's stories like super, super seriously, but then I understand like there's fundamentally really good storytelling in it. And if you can come to terms with that, as you kind of have to if you want to keep playing Kira's games and you want to keep enjoying the story, you're going to have a lot better time by my estimation. Just don't take them too seriously, but like understand that it's still good storytelling. And that's that. And that's the second part of the campaign of Uktena 64. We've got 2 super short things to do. I guess we can watch this kind of cutscene or whatever here of the food being made. That was all raw that time, so I don't know what we're talking about. We cut up 3 wolves and a human. It's a meat soup. It took 8 minutes apparently. Thanks for playing. So this is the ending effect from before, or like the ending effect from like the last ending we got. Very pretty. Thanks for playing. I need to pop out. I need to install the old MS Paint. I've got new MS Paint, which is dog shit, and I also have the, what's the other thing? Paint 3D, which I use to edit a lot of images. All right, so let's quickly go through and just show off that we've got the Biogathoth difficulty on everything. So we did all of this in the Jeb's hunt, and then we switched campaign over to Jeeb's adventure. And this is once again, I had all the Biogathoth difficulty done for it. We're going back to the menu now. Time for the cheats. So getting all the different, basically there are like 4 difficulty like achievements. I believe there's like easy, normal, hard, Biogathoth difficulty, and that's where you get 4 of these. And then it's from beating beating one campaign, then the other campaign, and then both campaigns. I have no idea which ones are which at this point. Then there is also if you beat if you harvest 12 humans, and that's how you get ice. And these are all the cheats in this game. I don't see it. I'm not going to show it off the same way that I did before. There's DK mode, all weapons, Pate, which replaces all non-boss enemies with a man named Pate. I'll show what that looks like. Replace all non-boss enemies with Utah Raptors. Allows the player to endlessly jump. Runs the entire game at meth speed. Go to a zoo with docile versions of every enemy. Every level is now an ice level now, so I'm going to just go in. All weps actually doesn't work on this level, but we'll go in with flying, and we'll go to the zoo, ladies and gentlemen. This is cool. This is where we can see like all the enemies. All the enemies, I'm pretty certain too, because if you go out here, you'll see that there's a grave where we can see the ghost lady who summarily whipped our fucking ass. Her model looks really similar to the Lost in Vivo model, a little bit, like the ghost from that game. So, I don't know. It's not the same, and it looks similar to it at the same time. So, there's a grave out here. That's where she is. We'll take a little picture of her. Cool. Added to the photo collection. Jeb and Jeeb's car, or vehicles, are both parked out here. This is kind of cool. If you pull open the map, it's like confidential, amended, sector 2, not for publication. You can see our cars in the bottom right. Undisclosed zoo. Weather clear. Temperature redacted. Humidity redacted. Time redacted. You can see like a new organization here. I hope we see this in a little bit of Kira's stuff going forward. Welcome to the ASI Wildlife Sanctuary. Not open to the public. Trespassers will be prostituted. Ugh. And then you can see what that stands for here. It's that is Authority of Surreal Intelligence. That's an interesting, kind of, I would like to see that organization a little bit. So we got squirrels here. We probably saw those on the first level of the original campaign, and then we got turkeys here. I mean, we're just going to kind of walk around a little bit. These are like the fucking methed up turkeys from that highway mission. Was not a big fan of that one. These are like the sus looking turkeys, the ones that are actually infected and shit. Then we've got wolves here. So my thought with this, I thought where it said like do not touch, like it would hurt you. And I do think there is a flaming one that actually hurts you the very first time that you touch it. Yeah, like this one right here, watch our health bar. It should go. Wow. Oh no, we're too close to it is the problem. Oh, okay. And that's like the skinned wolves and stuff too there. Let's see. Over here, I don't know what the fuck this is. Is that like a fish? I don't know what that's supposed to be. And that's a banana peel. There's like boots around again. Some otters. I don't know. Here's the giant elk. You can get a kind of close-up look at it of it here. It's got cool horns, and I think an elk's bleed is very pretty. I'm amazed by elks a little bit. Like, I used to be kind of fascinated by deers as like a little kid, but that transition to elks, like as an adult, like I think an elk's pretty. I don't really care like I don't hate deers, but like I'm not nearly as impressed by them as I once was. Do I have I do have the fly cheat enabled. Cool. You can see there's like leeches over here. You can pet like all the animals, and to pet these ones, it's actually got like a little squeaking noise. Meth mouth, I guess you can see why he is called that. You can hop into his cage. Don't worry, he can't eat you or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was a funny little detail that, like, you know, most of these other things kind of have like semi-collisionish and stuff, but not this one. You can see what the Utah Raptors kind of look like here. I don't know. It's a pretty model, I guess. We'll pet this one. Now, the pates should still be around here. Also, don't remember what... Oh, this is for that little dumbass dog, the little chihuahua-looking thing. All right, where the hell are my pates? Hey, here they are. These are what the pates look like. If you don't want to see, like, animal violence, you can put in a password or, like, enable this pate shit. I don't know. I think these things are way more inhumane to shoot just by how fucking weird they look. But yeah, you can get like an upper look at everything from here, I guess. Not really too much to see. Like I said, I hope we see this organization a little bit more in the future. I think that's a like surreal intelligence. Oh my god, I almost like that's such a good idea. I kind of want to steal it, but obviously it's Kira's. You can pet this thing. It's got like a weird, like little wobbly woo to it whenever you pet it. I do think it plays the sound effect whenever you press A on these things. So, like, if you press A on, like, the wolves or whatever, it'll make the wolf sound effect. So, I had no idea, like, how you were supposed to collect this. I could not figure it out. You just hit the interact button on it. For me, that's A, I believe. And that is that. Let's go back to the menu where we get this is the final level. How best to preface this final level? It kind of sucks. I really don't like it. It is called Limbo. I want to go into it with all weapons, flying, caffeine. The entire game runs at meth speed, and you just have to click this bottom icon to enable the bonus level. So, the first thing that I do in this level, you absolutely want to do this. Crank the fucking gamma to the max. You will not be able to see a goddamn thing if you don't. This map is so fucking dark. And because we're on, like, you know, caffeine speed or whatever, it's kind of interesting. This level didn't originally come with these respawning health or there will be respawning bullets here. So if you want to do this level legit, you absolutely can. I'm not going to. I'm going to run around with the fucking banjo and kill shit. The map. So you can see it says Limbo. We start in the bottom right, clearly. And we have to go around the entire map and kill shit. It is not very interesting. It's scary. It is really scary. It's really unnerving as you kind of walk around. You can do either or. Like, I can show you. Let me swap over to the camera. Like, you can do camera on this, or I don't think it'll actually register. Yeah, it's not going to register, which is just fine with me. Let me swap back over to the old banjo. But I'm going to, like, chop up the next enemy, and then you can see it'll keep track of it with the camera for you, thankfully. Now, we're not immortal. This is not a god mode, but as long as I'm in the air, generally I can't be hit by most things. I just kind of keeping my ear out. I don't want to be suddenly onset by a fucking enemy. So I chop that up, and then we can look in the camera roll in the bottom right. You can see we got 2 out of 20. If this level didn't just have such a high fucking visibility issue, I would consider playing it normally. I would consider it, at least. This level is just kind of unfucking fun. There's no, like, big payoff. If this level had, like, a huge payoff for sweating your dick off on it, fuck it, fine. I would probably at least attempt it. but it's a kind of boring level otherwise. I do want to get about like half in the air, half on the ground, so that I at least trigger enemies as I kind of... Yep, I see we've got some birds are coming up here. Okay, we lit them up. Just keeping my ear out. Doesn't seem like there's any more around, so we'll chop them up. I like to chop them up because then at least I know... Oh boy, let me get away from this guy. Then at least I know that they're done. Like I'll never like walk through this area and be like, you know, did I take a picture of that? Did I chop it up? Like, or did I take a picture of that already? Taking a picture doesn't get rid of the model, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, where is my fucking banjo, brother? All right, nice. All right, and I'm going to... Man, cycling through the weapons. I like the weapon effect in this bonus level, though. Oh, yeah, all your equipment is also, like, super shitty now. Like, you can see this one here has got, like, I don't know, it's, like, decayed. All the fucking... Everything has, like, a decayed thing to it. I wish you could see your character model, because I bet your character model looks, like, fucking crazy. Maybe not, actually, because I doubt that Kira bothered to... like, you know, do up the whole body to look crazy if, you know, you're not going to see it. So, all right, so another fucking bird, keeping my ears and eyes out. Chop that one up. How many are we up to? Let me just, 7 out of 20. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did you bother to put it in caffeine mode? Well, I cannot believe I can see that enemy all the way up there. That is the furthest I think anybody will ever see in this level ever, is that fucking enemy that's up on that hill up there. It is so hard to see anything in this level. Anyway, was I even saying anything important? I definitely wasn't saying anything important. Oh, why do I have caffeine mode on? Because, like, as I, like, clear this level, like, it's not going to be bad, the initial clear, and I'm going to probably get up to, like, 17, 18, 19, but, like, trying to finish this fucking clear is abysmal without caffeine on. Oh, my God, it is so fucking annoying. Alright, so that is 3 more. I think, honestly, we'll just kind of, like, raw dog it without, like, checking how far we are in it for a little bit. I'm sure it isn't that hard for, like... you know, just people generally to keep in their mind how far we are through, you know, this level or whatever. This area has a shit ton of ghosts. So I said it, you know, night, you know, you get to fight the ghosts at night. Well, there's the ghosts at night, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so there's food. And I'm going to get in the air because before I just kind of go walking around this area, because I think there's a 4th ghost. Okay. Just keeping my ear out. Can I get a fucking heal instead of all the bullets in the whole damn world? Let me swap back over the banjo. I want heals. Honestly, brother, I don't want to have to backtrack all the way to... Oh, there she is. There's a fucking ghost. Oh, my God. And, of course, like, this level's made all that more hard because I'm playing it on caffeine. You don't have to play it on caffeine. That's not necessarily a self-imposed challenge. It makes it easier in the ways that matter to me. So, all right, let's look at this. How are we up? We're up to 14 out of 20. All right, if you say so. We're up in the top left. Whoa, I hear something. Easy now. Okay, there he is. Oh. All right, not bad. Sorry, I'm getting a little nervous for some reason. I mean, we're not doing the best on HP. Where are we at on the map? Okay, yeah. Let's just go straight down and heal up off the... we should have heals nearby. I hear another enemy nearby. There he is. Cool. And then we got it, right? Cool. Should be... I'm so nervous not to walk around with the banjo, because at least the banjo's like a one-shot AoE kill, pretty much. Alright, heal. And since we got caffeine mode, I'm just going to wait for these things to fucking respawn. It'll take 2 seconds. I guess we could kind of watch it. You can see the bulbs getting a little bit bigger over time, which is super easy to see on caffeine mode. So, alright. So, I know in particular there's a lot of enemies if I take this kind of middle path here, because we've circled the outer edges so far. This is another, like, very pretty skybox, but I noticed that there's no moon. No moon in Limbo, question mark. What are the lore implications? Anyway, hopefully you guys don't hear me beating on the Y button on my controller. I hope I hear something around. Whoa. Alright, chop her up, and let's see how we're doing on... Okay, we got 3 more to go through. And I feel like most of them are going to be in this... Yeah, there's a double. Okay, perfect. And then after this, I just want to get up in the air so I'm not getting hit by random bullshit. Okay, chop that one up, and we're down to the last one, right? Cool. So nothing super spooky happens whenever you die, so don't be like, or you die. Yeah, well, I spoiled it a little bit, huh? Nothing super spooky happens whenever you kill the last thing and then harvest it. We do get kind of a unique detail a little bit, though. So we'll talk about that whenever we actually find this last thing. So now I'm sure you can maybe at least partly see why I want caffeine mode enabled. Maybe I don't know. I just had a lot of trouble finding the last enemy whenever there he is. There's one of them. Maybe it spawns more enemies than you need. I really don't think that's the case, though. I guess we'll see. All right, anyway, so we chop it up, and then we instantly die. To my knowledge, I think this is the only time that the game says death to you. Like, normally it's like, oh, god dang it, or whatever, but this is the only time that it actually says death. I don't think it means anything. I'm not trying to read into it too much. I just think it's a unique detail where everywhere else in the game like tells you that, you know what, actually, I don't know. We could, there's two things I want to do real quick. Just in case I didn't show it, I want to show off the map. I did show it. Yeah, Limbo, you can see it there. All right, let's go to the main menu. I'm going to talk about this game while I test something. I want to see if you throw yourself into the turbine while it's on, if it says death or not. I don't know. I don't know that this game needed a remaster. I'm not mad. I wouldn't play this game if I hated it. This should be... Yeah, see how fucking blinding that is? I'm going to just reset it to the defaults, and that looks good to me. Fuck it. Cool. And we do got the fly cheat enabled. Anyway, I don't know. I did like in this game that you don't just have to put in passwords to get all the cheats or whatever. So there's no reason for me to really show off the cheats because, like, you know, if you play the game the exact same way that I did, the only thing in lieu of that you'll have to do is grind human bodies a little bit. And that's it. Like, you'll have to farm up humans until you hit 12 to unlock the ice cheat code. So that's it. Now, I want to test and see if it says death. Let's take a look here. No, it says dadgum. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know what the meaning of it saying fucking death for that. Like I said, reading too much into it. That's all that is. But that has been fucking Uktena Ultimate. Glad that I'm done with it. It was not a bad game. Always glad to play another Kira game. Hey, Kira, let's get that Lunacid DLC out this year. How about it? I'm excited for it. Hopefully it's got a wicked awesome story. I'm not going to harp on it too much because this isn't the game for it. But I hope that Lunacid's story, like... Wow, come on, let's get the words out here, buddy. I hope Lunacid's story, like, there were a lot of things that people kind of didn't like about the end of Lunacid, like, not even, like, the fucking talking points or whatever of it, but, like, that the story was so kind of inconclusive and, like, kind of vague or whatever, like the endings and stuff. I kind of hope that they clean it up a little bit in the DLC. It's sort of the way that I feel like about Dark Souls or whatever, which is kind of the vibe that Kira gives a lot of times. And of course, they love Dark Souls shit, Elden Ring, FromSoft bullshit. They like that a lot, so I'm kind of hoping that, like, they take this opportunity with the DLC to kind of, like, you know, make places feel like more fleshed out and maybe like a little bit more of like story and like interact with people, because like I don't know, wrong game. Sorry. Anyway, Uktena Ultimate. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I want to sit here and stew in my thoughts about Lunacid by myself for a little bit. Different video, different time. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's been Uktena Ultimate. I'll see you guys all next week. Later. Alright, so Dr. Dirk addendum here real quick. This is one note. It's at the fucking lake or whatever. This is the one thing I forgot in my playthrough and it bothered me, so I gotta sit down and bang this out and put it at the end. So this note here says, Almighty Baya gave us its flesh. Now we understand. We will bathe in the thick red life of all who oppose us. We feel the universe in the singing death rattle of the young, in the cold fading embrace of the walking ones, which I confused with the note that is at Jeeb's place, where his note was actually, so these are the only two notes in Jeeb's side of things. His is, praise the tree, praise the wound, praise the sapling drinking the dawn, let us parch the earth of light. And that is that. So I've read all the fucking Bayagatoth notes. This was the Bayagatoth note that I'd forgotten, which I'd mistake for Jeeb's. I don't know. If you watched all this, you surely know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's it. See you next week.